Hello and welcome. I, Scott Borland, will be your dungeon master and mayor of Kukurbi Village. I will be Gordon Faustus, and we'll be playing a special Highharvestide D&D session tonight. This Poison Pot Press one-shot module, Serving the Squash, can be found right now in the DM's Guild for free. You can pay what you want as well, and any proceeds that you do give for this module go directly to the Extra Life Foundation. Extra Life unites thousands of gamers around the world to play games in support of their local Children's Miracle Network hospital. Since its inception in 2008, Extra Life has raised more than $40 million for the sick and injured kids so they can have at least, play some Skyrim and Minecraft and other video games while they're in the hospital. And we'll start off with everybody arriving in the village. So, how do you think you would go to this village in the Sword Coast? Kukurbi is a tiny farming village of no more than a few hundred people. Far from any of the major cities, it is like any agricultural community. It derives or falters based off of its yearly harvest. Through the past several years, you've heard that the village has had hard times. This year's harvest apparently is a thing of pride and has caused a widespread celebration. Most of the residents are occupied preparations for this year's High Harvest event. Do you think you would arrive by wagon for High Harvestide celebrations? Do you think
Klara
you
would
walk?
just be walking. Klara doesn't use a wagon unless she has to.
Okay.
Yeah, riding on the back of a wagon with some farmers just talking to them.
Klara's barefoot, by the way.
My character is probably just walking in, possibly with the latest hunt that she grabbed, like a rabbit or something, because she is penniless and has basically just been living off of the wilderness.
I will probably try to get to town the fastest way possible, although I must say my appearance is quite disturbing, so maybe people are not fond of looking at me.
I
was not ready for the accent. I was never going to be ready for the accent.
On that note, I think we'll start with Blake. What does your character look like? And maybe some general information about them.
I am Dronin Phoenix. Yes, that is what you can call. I am about 6'3", very tall man. I have tattoos on my head. There is no hair on my body, which is probably for the best. My skin is very ashen looking, and probably about 208 pounds. I am sorry, Europe, I do not have the conversion check. And yes, my skin does not look very healthy. Looks like it was burned a lot. That is why it is ash colored. I have bandana across my forehead and scarf over my mouth, and my clothing literally looks like it was tied on me, like it was just a bunch of wrappings that was just tied around me, various colors of orange and yellow and red.
All right, so that's what you look like. What does our blood hunter look like?
She is young. She just turned. She's only about 18. She's pretty short compared to most D&D players. She's only 5'4". She is very skinny and pale, and has shoulder length dark hair that's actually going gray early. And she's got a studded leather on and this really tattered cloak. So she's definitely been living in the forest possibly a little longer than is probably healthy. And she would just be walking and carrying whatever small bit of rabbit pelt that she had salvaged.
How about our tiefling monk?
Okie dokie. Well, Klara is a tiefling. Her skin is purple, so she's already pretty distinctive looking. She has two horns that kind of curl outwards and then back up. And she likes to, her whole outfit looks like she came from the circus, weirdly. So she's got a lot of draperies on her and things that kind of move whenever she walks. And ribbons around her horns and all that kind of stuff. So she's got purple skin and a tail with a tuft of fur on the end and all that fun stuff.
And last but not least, our priest.
Alright, so relatively young looking fella. About 5'7", brown eyes, tan skin, brownish hair, very nondescript, wearing the brown robes of Chantal. Yeah.
Does he got like the monk cut, where he's like got the bald top, but he's got the hair on the sides and stuff?
I don't think the priests require that, so it's more like just messy hair.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As you arrive in the town, there are many various shops and bakeries and such that they have. The bakers and general store owners are offering free samples of both the sweets that they have and drinks to all visitors.
Klara loses her shit. She's on those free samples like a motherfucker.
What are you going for? Like a mug of beer kind of stuff? Or okay. You find yourself a lot of like caramel and toffee and all that kind of stuff.
I forgot to mention that she's relatively young looking, and pretty thin, but yeah.
Oh yeah, there's like this heftier looking like wife-like lady who's got a bakery shop, and she's like, no, you need more cookie, and she's like giving you like plates of cookies.
It occurs to me that we're almost mirror image of each other. You're super colorful and tiny, and I'm super drab looking and also very short and very skinny.
Yeah, we're probably the same height, actually. Yeah.
She is 5'4" and like 100 pounds soaking wet.
I just wrote down regular sized, which for me is quite short because I'm kind of short, and also I forget what feet mean.
No, that's fair.
You could just write it in meters.
That's true. I'm just generally not very good at estimating numbers. So there's also that.
Yeah.
Does anyone else partake?
If there's free alcohol, my character has a very hard time turning that down.
Yeah, they're like the locals literally are like, they're so optimistic. It's infectious, even for you and what you are. Like you probably can't help but have a smile on your face. Just seeing how happy these villagers are.
You can see my cheeks move up when I smile. I mean, but I have a scar, so you really can't see my mouth.
They seem only slightly off-putted by your
I
scary
look like
look.
I just walked out of a fire that I stood in until it burnt out.
Oh shit, I nearly called her Ezra for the first time. Whoops. Clara's got like half a cookie shoved in her mouth. She turns around and goes, "You're very tall and weird. You okay?"
I am doing okay, I say, drinking alcohol. There is alcohol. I am doing good.
Alright.
You notice when you get through your whole glass, you got like a tankard, like one of those wooden tankards, you know. When you get through that one, another completely different villager, like immediately is like, "Oh, I see you're low. Here, have another one." And they like go to hand you one and take the empty one.
DM note, don't forget that my background is folk hero, so rustic people enjoy my presence because they've heard of my deeds.
Oh!
It's a bit difficult to not forget who I am. I do look like I just walked out of a fire all the time.
Oh, you must...
Oh, thank you! I will never turn down a free drink.
You must be that Phoenix caster, right?
Yes. You
Oh,
saved
man.
those people from that burning inn.
This isn't part of the festival, but here, I gotta get you this. And he brings you he like goes out of his way, goes back into his house, and a few minutes later comes back with another drink. But this one looks darker, almost black. And you go to take
I will
it,
never turn down free drinks.
and he says, "This is some dwarven stout straight from Gostugg. It's been sitting in there for my reserves, but damn it, you deserve it."
Oh, thank you. Your kindness is much appreciated. Character flaw. I have a weakness for the vices of the sick, especially hard drink.
Oh yeah, this is the opposite of barkeep. They don't go like, "Okay, you've had enough." No.
Yeah.
Until you black out.
My character is not aware of the term "had enough."
You know what? Since you're maybe having a few, just give me a con save.
Sure. It will be first of many, I'm sure.
The first roll of the night, people.
Let's see. I'm actually good at con saves, which will be for my advantage at this particular moment with this character. Let's see. So that is 11.
Okay,
I
yeah,
rolled low.
you're good. So what are the other two doing when they get into the village? There's like banners around, obviously set up for celebrations for later tonight.
This is lovely.
For those of you at home that do not know what Highharvestide is, it is a celebration of Chanti, the goddess of agriculture. It's done once a year, and it's usually with small communities. It's equivalent to Thanksgiving for Faerun, essentially. Kind of like how I keep forgetting what it's called. Trolltide, I think. It's like their equivalent of Halloween.
If you can see it, that is Tonte from Shui.
Yes.
The one standing with that.
I'll put her up on screen as well later, for those that don't know.
Just a new picture.
Yes. So, as you all...
Klara looks way up at him and goes, so you're something of a hero then, I hear.
I did save 16 people from a burning inn. I almost died.
Impressive.
And there was an alchemical spill that spread poison everywhere. I also almost died, but they saved 10 people. Nobody died. Not even their
Goodness
dogs.
me. Well, congratulations. Thank you for your service. She's turning
Oh.
Texan and I don't know why.
Do it.
It's England. Fuck. Well, I guess this is happening.
I do what I can to help people. 'Tis only the right thing to do.
Well, that's mighty fine of you. I'm going with it.
Do it.
Own it.
I love it. As you go towards the center of town, which, with the maps I provided for you, it's zoomed in on the bottom part of the map, the bottom right. The center of the town's decorations are for Highharvestide, while many of the banners are strung between poles. There are no holy symbols or insignias anywhere, just lots and lots of pumpkins. As you watch an energetic gentleman bounds out from around the corner of the nearby building, hotly followed by a younger man who sweats and puffs as he pulls a handcart loaded with enormous pumpkins behind him. Oh, no, over here! Forgot to get to the barn, I'm so excited. Oh, hello! Let me introduce myself. I am Mayor Gorgon Faustus. Welcome to our little town.
That's sure a lot of pumpkins you got there.
Yeah, pride of the town, we did a good harvest.
Pumpkin.
Great harvest this
There's
year.
a lot of pumpkin pie.
Oh yes, plenty of pie to go
What you
around.
do with pumpkin, right?
Oh, you
They
can do a
put
lot of things
Klara
with
up
pumpkin.
You pie them.
And my character would have wandered in. At first, she was going
I
to
have
head
heard
to,
of pie, not heard of much other things for pumpkin.
He goes to proudly display like what's on the cart, and you see like these are well above average pumpkins. They're not like cartoony over the top, but they're definitely like they'd be like blue ribbon at a fair kind of pumpkins. But like all of them are blue ribbon worthy. Pretty good harvest.
I've never seen a pumpkin before until now, so yeah, this is new to me.
You didn't think pumpkins were this big. You probably just heard of them, but you didn't know they were this big.
That is very large pumpkin. Are they all as big as that?
They haven't been for a few years, but we've been doing pretty good this year.
It looks like it. I'll drink to
Hard
that.
work paid off.
Yeah, winter is usually harsh on us, but this is definitely the biggest harvest we've had in a long time.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, Glib at this point would have wandered in, and at first she was gonna head to wherever you would sell animal skins. I don't know. And then if the moment she hears something about free beer or food, she's like, "Oh, cool, I'm into that," and is just gonna get a beer and just wander over to the most interesting thing that's happening, and that's the giant cart full of piled high with pumpkins.
And the 6'3" tall guy with bright yellow, orange, and red wraps wrapped around his body like clothing.
And the bright purple teeth.
And the bright purple teeth, like
Colors!
I'll
lots of colors.
Brave corner with your
Right.
I would say being such a rural area and being a folk hero, everyone probably has some general knowledge of Blake's character. Just that he's helped out, like, burning orphanages
I've
and stuff like
literally
that.
almost killed myself twice saving people. Like, almost killed myself twice.
Anyway, Klara looks over at Cad's character and goes, "Oh, howdy. You're hardly dressed for a festival. That's very drab clothing."
It's what I had. What's the festival celebrating?
Oh, it's for Highharvestide, the mayor says as he looks at you.
Look at the size of that pumpkin. It's gigantic.
Clara
take
will
another drink.
untie one of her horn wrappings and then wrap it around your neck as a little bow tie. So now you have a little blue ribbon around your neck. See, there you go. With a little bit of color. Goes a long way.
She blushes.
Color looks good on you. I'll drink to that.
Now, what's your name?
Thank you. Glib.
Mighty nice to meet you. My name's Clara, and this is, actually, what's your name? I don't know your name either.
You may call me Dronin Phoenix.
So is that your name, or is that what we may call you?
We'll go with the second option.
What was
Alright.
that again?
Ronin or
Dronin Phoenix.
With a B or an R?
A D.
Oh, okay,
Sorry,
cool.
accent makes it hard to say words.
Bro! Dronin! Bro!
Oh, we accept all kinds of folks here in our little village here, and I am Mayor Gorgon Fastis. The proud mayor of this very fine town.
Well, you have a lot to be proud of, especially this time of year.
Yeah. We have a few pumpkin pies over on the table over there, and he points to this long table where they, like, took a bunch of tables and just put them together, essentially. And you just see, like, these huge pumpkin pies.
Big pumpkins make big pies.
You see powdered sugar on top, which in this era is, wow, that's an extra touch, for sure.
Glib is actually kind of looking at it. She's like, I don't think I've ever had a pumpkin pie.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, why don't you have some right now? And the mayor actually puts his arm around your shoulder and, like, leads you towards the table. He's like,
She's got like this
quick.
conflicted look where like her first instinct is to nope, but on the other hand it's like, he seems nice, so okay.
No, you have to have some of our Kukurbi pies. Come on. Here,
Okay.
get this young, look at her, she's skinny, she needs some pie. Get her some pie. And, like, they seem
I
equally...
wasn't going to say it out loud, but pie is not going to hurt at this point.
The villagers look as enthusiastic as the mayor himself, as they quickly get you a slice of pie, and insist that you take it, and eagerly watch and wait for you to eat it.
Oh yeah, she's
You don't seem to have a frowny
30
face in this whole
seconds.
town, Mayor.
Well, I can't help it, everyone's in high spirits.
You can say that again.
Yeah, she's
Like,
basically
service
like
is
after
fine.
she's done, she's like picking the crumbs and the last of the powdered sugar up and
Well, if you want more, you can take what you want.
she could easily probably go through like a third of a pie.
Oh, why hello
Clara
there,
will help you.
the mayor says as he sees the cleric talk about pumpkin pie facts.
Nice. That's nice. It's an aphrodisiac. Really good for the winter. That way in spring we have larger families.
Yes.
And Clara just like turns around with a slice of pie and continues eating.
The mayor actually like goes to agree with you all, but he doesn't like really press onto that subject. He's just like, oh yes, that's why
Babies.
our village is always growing. If you don't mind me, I gotta get what we got in the car right here. And you just see this poor young like teens guy just like trying to pull this cart. I gotta help him get it to the barn.
I'll help.
Oh, thank you. You like help him dig out like rivets in the ground so the wheels can move. It actually says that, by the way. So it's you could also take out one of the pumpkins and just hold it, so that way they can get like through, like if they run over a rock or something, less weight on it. Do you want to?
I'll do what I can to help.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Clara's got pie. She's good.
Uh-oh. Oh, come on.
Okay, I think you're back now.
15.
15. Okay. Man, this is heavy, but you got it. You got it. It's,
Yeah, Glib's like on one hand is like, I could help pie. Also, those are really heavy looking.
this thing's like 50 pounds, you're thinking. It's
Should be able to lift that no problem.
I got an 8 strength. I would drop it and break.
I've got a 12, which is a lot for me.
Yeah, I'm throwing 10 over here, so I'm not as muscly as...
Like, wow, look at that
The
not
rest-
-1. It's amazing.
Right?
Military press like 210.
I love that we've gone from like a party of noodle arms to a party of slightly strong. By
Slightly.
average strength.
Less noodly arms.
Yes. Slightly less noodle party.
well, as you get to the barn, you notice that the barn itself on your map is on the eastern side of the village. It's the big building in like northeastern part of the map. Like if you follow the road that from the center of the square east, it would be the last large building on the left. It's kind of hard to
Yes.
tell on your guys' map because they didn't give you numbers, but yeah. So you eventually get to there, and the doors are closed, and you see there are 2 guardsmen in the front. And the mayor is like, "Oh, thank you for your help. If you help yourself to any drinks or stuff, we have a fine tavern establishment, the Bronze Butternut. Go get some there, and maybe get a little bit of rest before we start festivities."
I'll talk around. Blessings of Shantae.
Yes, yeah. So, while you do that, and everyone else also hears from these villagers. Actually, no, you've probably been getting your ale, now I think about it, from the Bronze Butternut.
Probably.
So, there it is.
The other 2 of us just haven't left the place. We're just like, yeah, this is where we live now.
Yeah.
The
My
Bronze
town.
the Bronze Butternut is the biggest building in the center of town. That one that is like at 4 o'clock. If you're looking on the
Okay.
clock.
Oh yeah.
And
Big double front entrance looking building.
yeah. And you quite a few people, even though it's like early afternoon, people already like red-faced, ale spilling everywhere, looking pretty happy. You hear from the tavern owner that they offer half price on rooms because of the festivities. It will only be, so for example, if you wanted a modest room, instead of it being in gold, it would only be 5 silver.
I heard prune. I was really confused.
I do like prunes, but not that much. Not for a whole silver, anyway.
Plenty of outhouses out back.
Oh dear.
And they found out from the trip.
That's one way to spend a festival.
It pans over and you see like this row of outhouses and there's like flies and there's like
Oh
a fence.
boy. It's like a
behind
music
it.
festival.
There's a fence
Yeah.
behind it and you like see a cow behind it and its tail's whipping around and you're like, "Oh." And then it just pans back to you again. So
Oh dear.
I prefer to use my folk hero rustic hospitality to get a room for free. Every time I need to sleep.
okay.
And I would like to use my by popular demand features to get to perform for free.
Ooh, okay. What do you do as you perform?
Well, I have a harmonica and I also have a stick, so it's equal parts like vaguely kind of okay harmonica playing and like acrobatic tricks.
You know, for funsies, I'll let you do either acrobatics or performance. Your choice.
Ooh. It's almost the same. Okay.
Regardless of what you get, even if it's not one, you're performing for a free night. So even if you perform bad,
That's not bad. bad, actually. 21.
21. Oh wow! I'm just like
21 acrobatics. So the harmonica was shit, but the acrobatics was good.
folks are pretty impressed, and you're just like overwhelmed with food. As they like give you a bunch of food. And
My
stuff.
dream.
There's Temple of Chantal in Town, right?
Yes.
You said? Yes. I will take a spot on the floor there.
Okay.
I imagine Clara's just like in the middle of the square, like woo,
So the only person who can't
doing
get
backflips and shit.
free room is
The one with no money? Yeah.
Yeah. So I
That's
was
why we
wondering.
have money. You see, we save it on food, room and
Yeah.
board.
So I was wondering because I did say that she walked in with a rabbit. Can I do like a survival check to see if this rabbit is worth anything that can maybe get me a couple of silver to get room for the night?
Give me an insight.
Oh.
Oh shit, I have that. It doesn't matter because I rolled a fucking 5. See, that's an 8.
Well.
With that roll, you're not sure if you could really trade food, especially tonight, since there is such a huge surplus, and they're literally giving it away for free.
Yeah, she was thinking more of selling the actual pelt of it because she ate the meat. She just wanted to sell the pelt like a furrier or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. You think
Monster.
you think you could do that?
Your pet rabbit.
It wasn't a pet. I killed it.
His name is Fluffykin.
His name was Daisy.
Oh.
Alright, nobody
Oh, it's
here is
actually
Varth.
sad.
They can't name the rabbit.
A weird snake man appears. No, I'm kidding. The
How
rabbit
can
has
you name
to
the
be
rabbit?
still.
Get out of here. He's got tidal waves. I don't want to get hit by that.
Now the shrine, the Chanti, is also in the middle of town. It's the building just north of the center square of town. The temple's building sanctuary is small, with only a few rows of wooden benches leading up to the altar of rough carved oak. Though there's a holy symbol of Chanti at the altar, 2 heads of wheat flaking the red bauble flower, the temple is otherwise bare. No clergy, no attendees. The candle sconces are unlit, and behind the altar, a staircase descends to a basement level. You can give me a religion check.
16.
16. Definitely being clergy of this deity. This is obviously a very important holiday for your god. But they haven't set up anything in the shrine. Usually the food is stored in here too, and you help the mayor take all the food to the barn. You can give me an investigation check if you want to figure out some more.
Awesome.
Or survival. One or the other.
$12.
Ooh. As Sean would say in Power Score RPG, that is a power score.
Ooh.
You find out that none of the items on the altar have been moved for quite some time, and the burned down wax messy candles were not properly trimmed or replaced. Seems like there's been little to no foot traffic in here for weeks, if not longer. You have not checked the basement yet either. This is all in the upper area where the altar's at.
I go outside and see if I can see one of the villagers.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those.
Excuse me.
Yes. And he's like got an ale. It's like half gone.
Where's the priest or priestess?
Oh, excuse me. I had myself a little bit too much pie. We had a priest a few years ago, but they passed away and never got another one. I'm still not sure why not.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
Well,
We're doing good, so I guess we're still
maybe that is why I was sent here. To replace your priest.
Oh. And maybe. Well, thank you, and happy Highharvestide to you.
Blessing of Chantal.
Just put the cross on him and then shove him?
No, it looked like he just grabbed his forehead.
I don't know what their blessing would look like. I mean,
Oh, it looked like you just like grabbed him by the forehead and just
Yeah.
like pushed him out of the way.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
I do the like, put my hand on it and said, blessings.
Yeah.
I go back in, start cleaning up.
Okay, so you start.
Is there
You start
key
cleaning.
locking the basement?
Oh, okay, so you go to the basement. This dry, tidy cellar in the building has a modest bed and dresser tucked into one corner. The rest of the area has huge wooden bins and broad urns made to store root vegetables and grains.
I'm looking in the container.
Okay, since you're actually a cleric of this, I won't have you roll for this. Usually, this stuff is magically dried and stuff for rituals that you would do yourself to keep the food to last through the winter. Like it gets stored down here, and you use maybe a higher in the clergy would be able to use some spells to preserve the food and make it sure it stays fresh and dry for the winter. But obviously, none of that has been done here. It's quite pretty much abandoned, really.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not really that far in the clergy, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe send a message to get someone better. I start sweeping the altar, go back upstairs, start sweeping the altar, trimming the candles, pull out my priest kit, my backup stuff for travel.
Cool. So you completely refresh this altar. Nice. While you're doing that and you went to the shrine, what's everyone else doing? Are you staying at the bronze butternut waiting for festivities?
Yeah, I'm probably out the front, still, like doing tricks for little kids and stuff.
Okay. I like to
A
think
couple of really rudimentary magic tricks, like cartwheels, all that kind of stuff.
I apologize, Balinar.
No.
How do you pronounce your name? I apologize.
Dronin.
I wrote it down as Ronin, like the samurai with a D at the front.
Yeah, Dronin. Yeah, Dronan.
Oh, yeah, what are you doing, Dronin?
Drinking. And then some of the townsfolk go, "Oh, you look like you've probably had a bit too much to drink. Why don't you come stay at my place?" And they give me some burnt food because they know that's what I like. And then I go to sleep.
Actually, that's pretty accurate to some stuff in this, so that works.
I prefer my food burnt. Like, they know that I like my food actually burnt. Like it's charred.
There's actually roasted nuts here.
Like my mother-in-law's cooking.
They actually have roasted nuts here.
Perfect.
The little kid comes up with the bowl and it's like, I was hoping you'd show up. And he's like, really?
Try my nut.
Whoa.
The ones that I burnt. Mom won't let me give these to anyone else.
So funny
Whoa.
with the line.
No, the
What was that?
Kevin, you
I have
just
no
were
idea.
gone. Like, you were just like, whoa. And that's like all we heard.
That's all I heard.
It was such good timing. It was so good.
Huh?
Sorry, Kevin, what was that?
What? I was like, try my nuts.
and I was joking. The kid's like, yeah, these are the ones that I burnt. Mom won't let me give them to anyone else.
And the dogs are too good for
And I eat them all happily.
I feel like the cookie wants to eat where it like comes out the side.
Right,
He looks
because I love burnt food.
really,
Yeah.
really happy that you like them.
Aww.
And he gives you the ball and just lets you have it.
I try to, like, when I eat them, I just lift the bottom of my scarf and put them in my mouth one at a time. I don't want anyone to really see what's under the scarf. Also, it's a little kid, so I really don't want to scare him.
Oh god.
Okay.
I like to think Klara is like halfway through like balancing on her stick because she has a big quarterstaff, and she likes to sometimes like stand on top of it and like do tricks. And then she sees Glib like wandering around like trying to sell her skin, and then no one will buy it. And she's like, "Do you need money, sweetheart?" Do you need a place to stay? You can sleep in my room.
That kind of would be nice, yeah.
She's yelling across the square. I would like to.
Yeah, and Glib's not yelling. She'll just like sheepishly walk back over.
The villagers hear you say that out loud in front of the entire town, and like villagers actually just like, oh no, it's fine. You can stay at my place. It's fine. I got a nice bed. You can take my bed. It's all right.
So fun fact, her background is the haunted one. Those who look into her eyes can see that she's faced unimaginable horror and are no stranger to darkness. Though they may fear you, they'll extend you every courtesy and do their utmost to help you.
Your guys' backgrounds.
Oh, of course. I'm like,
Every one of us needs something depressing.
You guys
Will not have our money.
without knowing this module at all. Like, okay, so people watching this,
No
all I told
idea.
them was like, this is like Halloweeny, harvesty themed. You guys just like, these are mwah, like perfect.
It's not
And then there's-
intentional at all.
normal
And then
one,
there's
which
the
makes
baby
me a special
happy-go-lucky priest.
No, the priest himself is great because everything
you're,
he's done.
You're that sweet priest that shows up in the horror movie that tries to make everything all right, and is
Oh, God,
not
the first
fair.
guy.
Yeah, he has.
Don't stand in the back of the party. You'll be all right.
They have the shining. You're that guy. Anyway, so while everyone's having a good merry time, a sudden commotion draws your attention to a woman standing in the middle of the street. She's dressed in simple, rough-hewn clothing covered with pulpy pumpkin innards. The reason why is clear. She hefts a sizable squash over her head and smashes it on the ground. Nearby townsfolk yelp and jump back as the vegetable innards splatter everywhere.
She
What do you-
she just
What do you guys do?
smashed a pumpkin on her head.
She
I
picked it up
look over to see
and she like
what's
throws it
going
on the
on.
ground.
Oh,
I come out black. What's
Ah.
going on?
Clara somersaults down
Oh.
from like on top of her pole and then like swings it so it's in front of her, like just in case.
Are you okay? You're covered in.
yeah. Glib is gonna get closer, but just like try and stay behind. the
Yeah,
crowd.
I get
She's not
closer to find out what's
interested
going
in,
on.
like,
She
Actually talking. She's just curious to see what's gonna happen.
She looks like she's about to go over and like punt one of the pumpkins, like kick it in. When I'll say, I think the cleric would probably be the first one to be closest to it from the shrine he's at. But this is a loud enough attention that it would you all would hear this even from the bronze butternut. She's like, oh, thank goodness you're here, and she's like this maybe middle-aged lady villager. She looks, her hair's like in a mess. There's some like pumpkin seeds in her hair. Like looks like she's been going on a rampage destroying these things and not caring where the innards go.
What's
Are
wrong?
you okay?
Oh, they've been this village has lost its faith. They're all a bunch of faithless farmers and that gourd damn festival and
You're
Yeah.
entitled to your opinion, but they're entitled to their pumpkins. I'm going to need more reason than that.
my farm's still suffering from this drought that we've been having for years. And yet, they're all being merry, and I'm the only one that's got my seeds from the shrine. Everyone else got them from the mayor.
The shrine has been empty for a while.
The shrine has been empty for a while? I look over at the priest questioning.
The Mr. Priest, you know that every year, a Chanti priest usually keeps the seeds for the year, and they distribute them to the locals for farming and stuff. And they're kept in storage. Well, we'll say maybe that was like one of the few things that you still found in the basement, was like some dried up seeds. I don't trust this bountiful harvest. I think this town's cursed. I'm trying to stop it before we get the wrath of Chanti.
No. Let's not jump to conclusions until we have evidence of what's going on.
She's looking around all bug-eyed. A few guards come over.
Come, let's go to the shrine and talk.
Can I? How does the mayor respond to what she's saying? Like, does he look like he's like, oh, she's just crazy, or?
You currently don't see him at this area.
Okay, so.
But you could go look for him if you want. It wouldn't be too hard to find him.
Yeah, she'll sort of glance around and see if she can find him.
Okay, as you're going to get the mayor, what's everyone else doing?
I follow the priest into the temple.
Yeah, I follow like a couple of steps behind everyone else, kind of like with my quarterstaff in hand, just in case she's getting the heebies.
Okay. As you guys go to the shrine, back at the barn, the town's communal barn is a big, red rust-painted building, just down the street from the main square. A pair of guards flank the barn's large double doors, and leaning casually, a bit watchfully, against the wall of the building, you do see the mayor just walk out of the doors as they close the door. And he looks really proud, and he like straightens up his suit and gets his hat all nice, get ready to go back out and say hi to everybody. It's like, oh, hello.
Hi. I was just I'm not. Well, like, I'm sort of from around here. I was just wondering if there's anything more you could tell me about your village. Like, I know a lot of the places around here have been having trouble with the harvest, and you seem to really know what you're doing. So, like, if there's, like, some agricultural thing that you've just discovered, that might be helpful.
Oh, yes.
And she's also trying to read his face to see how he's reacting, because she's suspicious now. She does not trust this dude.
Oh, you don't have to worry. The proper power will be receive their appropriate praise for this festival. You can give me an insight.
Yes. Please.
Out of character, this is like obviously, but in character, I guess not so.
God damn it! That's a 5.
Dang it! That's the second 5 you rolled.
Yeah, I rolled even worse on the dice though. That
Dice
Wow.
jail.
Yeah.
Dice jail.
That's
That's a different dice.
I would say you probably.
Underwhelming 5.
I would say you probably still have that suspicion,
There are
but
only 4 of us.
not much more than that.
But nothing to justify it.
Yeah.
That makes sense for her. She's pretty paranoid. She's gonna watch the guards and see how they react, if anything. They're like going back to guard the door, correct?
They haven't moved.
But they're still standing like at the door.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she'll wander back over toward the rest of the group.
Okay. I was about to say if you stay there after the mayor leaves, they kind of like eye you like, what the heck are you doing? And they're just sitting here looking at us, you know. Yeah.
In all honesty, she was kind of scoping out the area. She's wondering if she comes back, is this exactly what she'll see next time?
Okay. Nothing seems really out of the ordinary about this barn at all.
Okay.
And these guardsmen are just like
Yeah.
guardsmen.
Mostly she was wondering if the guardsmen are going to leave at some point or whatever, but it looks like they're staying. They're not going inside again, so.
Yeah, they look like they're just guarding the entranceway.
Okay. Yeah, she'll head back to the group.
Okay. Meanwhile, groups in the shrine. She still seems, this Millie Corgan still seems very shooken up. She at least was able to tell you her name. Oh, and for those of you that know Firuni and stuff, all of the villagers, including the mayor, are Tetherian humans.
Okay.
I think Blake's the only one that probably even knows what that means.
I do, because I looked it up when...
Okay.
I do, because I looked it up when I made DAG for the other game.
While you guys are in here, I would like to think our priest has actually dusted off at least one of the benches real nice and stuff. Like, it's still velvet, but it's definitely like old church, like faded velvet.
Yeah, like you sit down and you immediately start choking.
Kind,
Just
yeah.
like sit down and there's like a cloud.
Like there's a loud creak for sure.
Just because you're a star.
But she goes to explain as you calm her down that her farm is still suffering from this drought that you all know about because you're from the area. It's been going on for years. Like no matter what people seem to have been doing, unless they cast a spell like Hero's Feast or something, which, you know, only the highest level heroes or priests would be able to conjure such a spell. At least non-magically for farmers, it's been really tough few years, especially in the winter, because they don't have the stock for the winter. But for some reason this year, they've been doing really good in this village. And she's the only one that got her seeds from storage, as she points to the basement. That made her very, very suspicious.
Mighty strange. I must admit I agree with you on that one.
Mighty strange indeed.
This looks abandoned.
They said the priest died a little bit ago, and no one's replaced him. For her.
How long is a little bit? I say, picking up a chunk of dust off the wall.
It's a dust bunny.
A few years back.
Was this
Not
the
a long
time the
Don't
drought
they
started?
usually replace priests or whatever?
No,
I
that,
don't know.
You would
No.
think that they would.
When we can. I mean,
I suppose
sometimes
so.
we just can't spare someone for small places.
she
I
goes.
mean, but it's a farming town. Surely Shantae would.
We
want
try.
her-
We try.
I mean, I'm just saying. I think that's a bit of a lapse, if you ask me.
She goes to stand up, and she goes to
Not that it's
hold
your fault.
your hands. Brother, I can never get your name. Gostugg?
Gostugg.
Gostugg. She goes to hold your hands. She goes, "Oh, I thank John T that you were able to come when you did. Do you know if this is a blessing of John T?
I'm not sure now. I will
I've
look
kept
into
my
this.
I've
It's
kept-
unusual.
I've kept my faith, and my farm hasn't been doing very good at all. Would you like to I could get you tea at my place. It's the least I can do."
Yes. Let's go and look at your farm. But first, I'm going to go look at the seeds real quick.
Okay. You go downstairs and you find the box that they're in.
And open it up, look at them.
Give me a nature check.
Klara would help, but she has a -1.
I mean, an assistance is assistance. You're
Natural
given-
20.
Oh,
So
nice.
Hey, no help required.
The nature priest is good at nature.
Yay!
First,
It's
I was
like the
just like
first
spinning
intelligence check you've ever actually succeeded on. You always roll shit for intelligence checks.
Yeah.
Like every game.
Right?
I'm just saying. Also, nobody saw that. He was off camera.
Exactly.
He gave me the finger.
Ah. You notice that these seeds are they're perfectly fine, normal, healthy seeds. They are definitely not an issue at all. They're not like withered or have any kind of like dry mold in them, because sometimes it's really subtle, you don't really see, but there'll be like a crack in like a gourd seed. And there's
It's
actually
pumpkin,
mold.
right?
Squash, pumpkin.
Like the Three Sisters, beans.
Actually, good
corn.
question, DM. Have we seen any harvest that isn't pumpkin so far in the town? Or have we only seen pumpkins?
You've seen all forms of squash, and that's the
Okay.
kind of seeds they have. It seems like that's
I'm
this
gonna-
village's specialty.
That's interesting. Good to know.
That seed that you ate tasted
Mhm.
just like a normal seed. There's nothing wrong with it.
Unusual. I mean, drought and all, but. So,
Oh, and now I think about it, our hellbread probably had a few of those seeds that were roasted. That makes sense.
It's funny you're talking about Hellbread because Mr. Devil
That's
Lord
kinda
Cat
funny.
is in the
Thinking about
background,
Frankie.
just
Yeah.
like stalking around.
Yeah.
Hey, you get away
It
from
looks
my...
kind of like a pumpkin.
Get out of my pumpkin patch! Shoot!
Is that a pumpkin? No, it's a cat. Okay. Alright then.
There's actually probably quite a few cats wandering around in here too. I mean, it's a farm town. You're gonna have a lot of felines to get rid of the rodent
One
issue.
of them named Gideon.
This is so fucking mean of you.
Azure cries in another dimension.
everyone needs, because no one loves them.
As you go to leave the shrine, you notice on one of the fences, that right there, but it's a black cat, and it just like comes up and it sees you.
A friend!
Is Glib coming back at this point yet, or no? Or am I still talking to the mayor?
No, he went off to continue preparations for the festivities in about an hour or two.
Yeah, but I was heading back to the group.
Oh, yeah, you encounter them as they're leaving the shrine with this crazy Millie lady.
I start trying to give the cat little, like, under-chin scritchies.
Give me an animal handling check.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
that's a 19!
The cat, like, you scratch its chin, and it's like, closes its eyes, and it, like, leans into it, and it actually goes to, like, yep, and it goes to, like, rub up against you and fur and stuff.
No.
A friend! Y'all, I made a friend! I know we're trying to figure out, like, harvest and stuff, but I made a friend, and she's so cute.
It's going up to, like, rub against your face when it notices the ribbons in your horn, and it, like, starts to paw.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm, like, holding it by the top of the head, like, no.
It stops and looks at you like, why'd you stop me? You know,
Yeah,
I need those.
Cat behavior.
It's part of my outfit. It's very important.
I'm kind of like tugging. I'm like, did you want this one back then, or?
No, it suits you. Keep it.
Thank you.
I have plenty. I don't know if you can see.
Fucking
I
everywhere.
dangle off.
I'm just imagining you got like that long train behind you.
Yeah. Well, there's one on my tail. There's two on my horns. There's like ones all over my outfit. I have ribbons up the wazoo.
I dangle off a piece of the wrappings that I have tied around me in front of the cat to see if he'll play with it.
Oh yeah. It immediately is like, it seems to be in quite a playful mood, seeing the village being very lively, and it seems to made the cat a little more lively as well.
The cats are happy. Does that make you suspicious, or is it just a cat?
I am always suspicious.
I mean, it looks just like
Force of habit.
I don't know. Just cats don't tend to like me. I don't know.
I get that one. Yeah.
I think it's probably the infernal blood or something, but they tend to like hiss and stuff. This one's nice. I don't know. Maybe it's just a nice cat. Anyway, to the farm.
A random villager behind you, as you're like, maybe it's my infernal bloodline or whatever. He's like, hey, now that's racist. Don't you be talking about your folk that way. Just because you got infernal blood doesn't mean that you're all evil.
I was not prepared to have this philosophical discussion right now.
my cousin's brother, Billy Bob Joe.
Oh, I know him.
Over in Pinto Village, he's a tiefling. He's getting along mighty fine. Got himself a wife and 8 children.
I passed through his town just a couple of weeks ago, actually. Yeah, nice feller. Told him I said hello.
Yep. And he just does the farmer thing where he like the conversation's ended, but he just stands there staring off into space.
Oh God, it's so real. I live in a farming town, and that's so fucking real.
Yeah, it's just like
I have experience.
Klara's just like, well, and turns on her heel and walks straight in the other direction, like quickly.
Happy Highharvestide. Have a good night.
Bye, friend.
Yeah.
She says without looking around.
As you're going to leave, what's your passive perception?
Good question.
All of us or just her?
A mighty old 12.
Yeah, better than mine.
I might as well ask all of you.
13.
11.
Now I know it's probably going to make a large hole in the paper from the number of times you erase it. It's 11.
You all, it was over 10, so it's fine. I just want to make sure you guys didn't have like a negative one.
God dang it.
Not yet.
I keep moving my computer.
I hate when that happens.
There's too many wires. Hang on. I can hear y'all. Continue.
You swear it's the same villager, but he has like a mustache?
Let's swap.
No, okay. Anyway, so you notice that the black cat actually follows you.
You guys have made a friend.
It follows you specifically.
Too many friends.
I made a friend. Redact that statement.
As you say that, you find you have like a little bit of problems moving forward as it goes like zigzagging between your legs, rubbing up against
God, the realness. I have some rations, so I'm gonna like feed it a little something
Okay.
out of my backpack.
You go to get some of your rations, and you like go to offer it to the cat, and it just like sniffs the rations, kind of like starts to like put one like teeth on it, doesn't really bite down on it, and then just like goes up like this.
You know what? That's fair. They're pretty frickin' gross. There's good food around here. I'm sure you'll be fine.
And its tail flicks, possibly in agitation. Didn't like the food.
Klara just like takes a bite out where the cat was biting and then puts it back in the bag. Germs.
So you
What
guys,
is that? You're a monk. You'll be immune to disease soon.
Oh yeah! I just gotta level up before I die. She says out of character because levels don't mean anything.
Now, y'all, you see on the map where the path goes up on the northeast part of the map and it goes off map out of the village?
I nearly dropped my map phone. Hang on.
Ah, man, I hate when that happens too. Roasted pumpkin seeds?
Oh yeah, darn, I do see it. It's
Okay.
getting thicker by the minute.
Her farm is actually off map. So
Oh.
she's literally out of
I
town.
didn't see it.
Just to give you an idea what direction you guys went.
Okay.
But after maybe 10 minutes. I would say 10 minutes just because the cat interrupted and you went to feed it.
He's only got little feet. Hang on. You gotta wait for him to catch up.
Actually,
Is it a he or she? Very important question.
yeah, actually, roll me a d6.
Good luck finding
4.
out when still having hands.
It is a boy cat.
Good to know. His name is Gideon.
His ears perk up when you say that.
Take that, Baron. His name is Baron Gideon. Baron Gideon. Gideon is his second name. His first name is Baron. I'm writing it down.
When you say Gideon, he goes meow.
I knew that name would suit you. And then I scoop him up and put him on my shoulders like a scarf.
He's a very complacent cat. He just ragdolls. He just sharp.
He's alright. New member of the party acquired.
Liv's like gonna gently try and like scratch the tip of his head, expecting him to like
Now,
hiss
she's
and not be
a friend. She's a friend, Giddy. You be nice.
He looks like he's in like full ragdoll, relaxed cat mode. So he doesn't seem to really care too much as long as she doesn't like poke his whiskers or something.
Cool. See? I told you. Told you he likes you.
His
He
ear,
likes everybody.
maybe his ear flicks when you agitate a little too much, but that's it. So you eventually, following this path, find a modest little farmhouse, and it stands beside a dusty, near-barren field. A breath of wind kicks up a swirl of dust and causes a hanging sign to rock back and forth, squeaking loudly. A+ sound effects. The sign reads, Corgan Farm, in a faded, peeling letters. I tended this farm for 10 years, now look at it.
10 years, that's a mighty long time. Did it pass down in the family name, or did you buy it from somebody?
Been in the family name for generations. I inherited it off my pa.
Ah, okie dokie. That's a good way to do it, I suppose. I wouldn't know.
So is it, Mr. Gostugg, is it normal for
No,
for
mister.
for the village to keep like the seed and the harvest in like a barn that's guarded? Like I figured it was a quiet little town, nobody had to worry about like thieves or anything.
You can give me a religion check unless the priest is going to say something.
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought it was just because of the festival, that's all. But
I was assuming when I first saw it that because this village had such a bountiful harvest compared to the neighboring towns and villages, they feared that marauders and stuff might try to attack. So they wanted to keep it somewhere a bit more defensible outside of town. But now
I suppose that makes sense.
I'm a bit not sure. Some things aren't adding up.
So,
I agree with you. I got one of my hackles is up, I think. But I think
Just
maybe
one?
you're right. I don't know. Just one. You gotta find it. Try to look over my neck.
Mine are like always up.
Millie says, "Nah, you didn't hear it from me." As she's pouring you tea, I'll say you guys look inside, and it's like a widow. It's kind of sad. It's a widow's home. You know, it's kind of everything's all nice, but it's very quiet because she's like the only one that lives here.
Is everything covered in plastic?
Klara takes up another ribbon and ties it around like a picture frame or something, just to like, and it's like on an angle, just to like lift things up a little bit. I don't know. She's trying.
Just like doilies everywhere.
You see a rough.
Yeah.
You see a rough painting of an older bald gentleman and a woman next to him and a little girl next to him, and she's like, "Yep, that's my pa."
Aw, he looked like a mighty nice fella. You're lucky to have known him.
Thank you for the ribbon.
She's smiling like awfully wide now, like slightly too wide.
She goes to make you tea. It's nothing special, but I'll say you guys had the talk and had tea.
This sure is some tea.
And
you notice that when Dronin drinks the tea, he turns away from everyone and kind of lifts the scarf up and drinks the tea in a very weird manner, and then puts the
Clara's
scarf
like,
back.
Hey,
not
now.
so subtly, but failing, is like trying to kind of lean back so that she can see.
What's your passive perception?
12.
Well, you notice, because Dronin's not very, very good at hiding it from anyone who has perception.
We both suck.
Other than a peasant. Peasants don't seem to notice when he does this, but as he lifts up his mask to drink the tea, he has no lips at all. Like they were ripped off of his face.
She just so quiet. She has her mouth right up to the teacup. It's like, huh. And she turns
And then
back.
he puts the scarf back down, and you think maybe he has that there so that nobody's disturbed by his face.
Without really
That
paying
sounds right to
attention
me.
to
Millie.
no, Dronin.
Nearly vanilly.
Gostugg poos out a piece of hollow straw and just hands it to him.
I look at it and I look back at you and I go, "Thank you."
And it's just quiet in this old woman's house, and just the sound of like sipping tea out of the bottom of the cup.
I imagine there's like a clock. All you can hear is the clock in the background.
I'm gonna go check the fields.
As you were sitting here and having tea and stuff, compared to the village with all the celebration stuff, it's that actually very quiet here. I wouldn't say it's eerie quiet. It's like calming quiet. But you do, because it's so quiet out here, you can hear the festivities from the village from here. Just ever so faintly in the winds.
If you want to go check the fields, I'll go with you.
Yeah, I'll come if you need help.
I go to the fields.
And she goes, "Well, I'll do some explaining if you need any explaining. I'm the farmer here. I know priests usually have some questions, maybe some agricultural advice."
I go
My
on.
brain just like
I mean, I don't know anything
Priest
about farming,
ocean
so if you want to
to-
tell me everything.
A priest of Chanti would almost be like a...
most of us are secondary farmers and stuff.
Yeah, they're like a farming
Like,
expert.
you have like an agriculture minor, but your major was in religion.
I actually want to play Chanti. That actually is an interesting character. I'd like to play a farmer cleric. Anyway, so...
I take some soil and it's
Yeah.
like,
You notice the soil's... the soil itself is kind of dry. But it's been in this area for a long time. The soil hasn't been very fertile in many years.
what have you been growing? Just squash?
Yep, that's what we grow around here. Those are supposed to be pumpkins. And she points to this very withered plant. There's not even
Have
like
you
a budding
been
at all on it.
rotating the field?
I have so many out of character farm comments, but like Klara has never really been on a farm.
Since you are a cleric of Chanti, I'll give you like auto DC 10 on the nature check for farming stuff. You notice that she is a good farmer. She definitely has experience. She's been rotating her crop fields, so it's not like she's been playing in the same spot and nutrition has been going away from the soil. But for some reason, not just here, but through a lot of northern Faerun, for the last few years, maybe 2 or 3 years, harvests have been down, mostly due to lack of rain. Her crops look like probably many of the crops you saw on your way to this village.
Now, it might be a thing that we'll have to look back on because we didn't really pay attention. Was there like a line? Because there were a couple of farms that were closer to the city.
Yeah,
Was there like, these farms are okay, and then after a certain point, these farms are dried tinder boxes?
You notice the other farms, like hers is the only one that's like purposely away
Nearby.
from the village. The ones that were just outside, the bountiful harvests, like you probably actually saw on your way out, maybe the mayor helping them get some of their pumpkins in the carts and stuff.
Yeah. Glib's gonna look around for tracks or something, assuming that she's only gonna find like maybe deer tracks or rabbit footprints or whatever, but just out of curiosity.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Please don't screw
While
me.
she's doing that, how dry is the dry here? Are we talking like the slightest like spark could start a blazing fire?
Like, I wouldn't say like out west.
I'm hyper aware of things that are combustible.
The dust, it is dusty, but it's not desert dusty. You know, you're not
Combustible dusty?
Yeah, you're not in
It's
Thay.
not like Kansas Dust Bowl.
Got it.
This looks like how it normally is in Thay. I'll say.
So
Okay, this reminds me of home country. Got it.
Yeah, so that's bad.
So I don't
This
think
soil
it will...
reminds me of home country. That is not a good thing.
Oh. So I don't know if it'll come up. I don't know if it matters. My Blood Hunter has Hunter's Bane, meaning I have advantage on survival checks on Fae, Fiends, and Undead.
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
just gonna roll ahead and assume that I don't have that because she's just looking for... God fucking damn, all my dice can go to Dice Show. I rolled a 1.
Roll again.
So I got a 4.
Roll again. Ooh.
Oh, do I roll again? Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a 12. I got a 9.
Better than
It's
a 1.
better than a 1.
Better than one.
Besides the normal like deer tracks and stuff, you don't really notice anything.
Okay.
In fact, probably the biggest thing you notice here is you see Gideon chasing after a mouse,
No.
and he catches it.
Who out one of the seeds from the ground?
Okay.
Druid craft to cause it to
Sprout.
kind of sprout. It doesn't become a pumpkin, but it sprouts.
You notice
Like that one little bean sprout.
it was like a sad, sickly vegetable, and now it just doesn't look sickly anymore. But it's definitely like it should have been at this stage
not healthy.
like a month ago.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah, I'm thinking this is not the problem, Phil. This is normal for drought.
I'm thinking that we gotta get into that barn.
I'm
Is
thinking you might be right.
is the farmer around, or is she inside her house?
she's with you and was hoping maybe I don't know. She's a peasant, so she was thinking she doesn't know he's a level 1 cleric.
I'm gonna turn
she
around
thinks
so that my back is to her, so I don't freak her out. And use my shape changer to make my face look like the mayor's. I'm like, I do have a thing I can do.
That's mighty freaking terrifying. Holy moly.
Do you think-
And I make it go away. I'm like, so I could do that with like everything, and maybe get me at least into the barn to look
That's
around.
useful.
Oh,
I mean,
you
like,
noticed
the mayor's house or something.
You get in the barn and then you open a window and I can do some crazy flips and shit and get in there.
I have a raised eyebrow as you're having the conversation when you turned your face to that and turned it back. I was like,
Sorry, I know it freaks everybody out. It's just a thing I've been able to do for a long time.
I'm not
No,
freaking out.
no.
It's pretty cool though.
You can give me Arcana checks.
Do not take it that way. I voluntarily forego my Arcana check.
I can do an Arcana check.
I have seen far more disturbing things than that. Where I am from.
Oh, a -1 on Arcana is weird.
You don't know magic.
That's that +9, huh?
I don't know magic. What's this tonkin magic?
Pretty sure the cleric got an 18 though.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was excited.
You've heard of her. You've heard of changelings. They're very rare though. All you know is that they can change their faces.
I don't know. All I know is that's mighty useful. I can think of many things I could have used that for.
I mean, I don't know. With that Arcana check, you might think she just disguised herself really well, really fast.
I turned to
mustache. You look just like him. I never noticed.
I turned to the farmer, Melee. Like, I will look into this and see what I can do. Once I figure it out, I might be able to contact some of the other brothers and sisters and others.
Oh, that would
who can help out in the area.
Brothers and sisters and others.
That'd be mighty helpful. Thank you. But you didn't hear this from me. Not that I care too much. The village already treats me like an outcast. But the mayor's not in his house. He's been busy throughout all the festivities. He probably won't be back till he's pretty late. And she tells you where to go.
My thing can be useful for that.
I mean, I'm pretty good at sneaking, so maybe I could sneak into the house, and then the rest of you have a look in the bar and see if you can get in there. Maybe? I don't know. That sounds like a
I
horrible idea.
am exceedingly good at talking to people.
Ooh, does the mayor have any family that will be in the house when he's not there? Do you know, ma'am?
I do not. I don't know where the mayor's wife is.
Okie dokie. This might be interesting. Maybe we should do the barn then? I don't know.
I feel like the barn might be better. We could
Oh.
always...
That's weird. Why would you lock a barn?
Sorry, excuse me. I misread something. No, he's his wife.
What are you reading there?
His wife passed away about a year ago.
That's a dang shame.
He's the only one, and
How did his wife pass away? Do you remember?
yeah, she got sick during one of the winters when we weren't doing very good on our harvest.
That happens, I'm afraid.
She was one of many folk who died from shivering fever. We'll say it's like common cold or something. I don't know.
I say we go check out the house, because if we go to the barn and we get found out and this doesn't work, which I'll be honest, it only works if I can like pull off the talky bits, because you know it doesn't change my voice, then we make everybody super angry at us. And I'm not gonna lie, that was super good pie. That was definitely the best thing I've eaten in like a month.
That's true.
That's
So I
very
suggest we do
The
house
house is
first.
probably safer, so we'll do that
Pie
first.
here is better than average.
Yeah.
I've had decent pie before,
Yes.
but this
Pie
pie
is
Now-
good. Pie is good.
Like, to be honest, if we did get caught, then I could probably get out of whatever kind of rope or handcuffs they put us in, but I'd rather not have to deal with that.
Now, Mr. Fostis, he is a good man. So if it comes to the worst of it, just don't kill him, okay?
We won't.
Oh, we would never think of doing that.
Who said anything about killing people?
I don't know. You adventuring folk. I hear they go to
Actually, we're
villages and
gonna
they
go
kill.
talk.
They sometimes kill people if they attack them.
I mean,
I-
I was gonna...
I save
Alright.
people, man.
Yeah,
You know
so
my
I'm just like,
reputation.
puts this stick away.
I kind of look at her and I'm like, you know my reputation, ma'am. I have no intention of killing anyone.
The shillelaghs, just in case wolves. Okay.
Are wolves
Oh,
the
yeah.
problem around here?
Well,
We can't kill anybody in an empty house, let's put it that way.
When you're walking
Mm.
between towns, wolves, goblins, orcs,
rats.
rats.
All of
Especially
those
in
are-
this time of year.
Speaking
Problems.
of, Gideon, come here.
Meow.
Gideon,
Like,
are you finished with that?
You see, sitting right in front of you is a dead mouse, and Gideon's like right in front of you.
Oh, what a good boy you are. That's gross. But yay for you.
He like
okay.
he nudges it towards you.
Yeah, I nudge it back with the tip of my toe.
He's already got like blood all over his mouth. But he's just like.
I'm not wearing shoes, so she's trying not to touch it. She's like,
Glib doesn't care. She's just gonna get down. What a good kitty. That was really good.
I pick up the dead mouse, take it to the field, bury it.
Aw.
to a tiny little funeral.
No, man, that's fertilizer.
Chantal's holy book says, waste not, what not.
I mean, he was gonna eat it, probably.
Yeah, Glib just kind of like wipes the mouse blood that was on the cat off on her cloak.
I thought mice give it to you because they think
Cats
you
give
need
it to
it.
you.
Yeah, cats.
Mice give it. Yeah, well,
She's tiny.
I guess I'm pretty skinny, but thanks, Gideon. I'm good. You don't need to feed me. Please do not do that.
You notice
I've
that.
never had a cat before, you guys.
You notice Gideon actually goes over to the dirt pile you buried the mouse in and is like sniffing the dirt pile.
No, Gideon, no.
He's not
Why is
pawing.
he bad?
He's not pawing at it, but he's just kind of like that. For a cat, he's like, that's a really weird behavior. I don't know why you did that with food.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, that's bad.
Yeah, cats don't really hide it.
No.
Okay.
Cats give no shit.
Right. Let's go. Let's go. Unless they shit, in which case they give me any.
He
we should go in like
he
the
digs
back
a-
door, maybe.
He digs a hole right next to the mouse and does his business and buries it.
Nice.
You look like the mayor. I'm the new
I don't
priest.
have a key.
I'm pretty good
People
at
around the
sneaking.
village lock their.
I could probably climb through a window and then maybe let you in if
Why
there's a
would they
window.
lock his door?
I don't know. Thieves and stuff.
I
I
Right?
mean, if he's locking a barn, then maybe he's careful enough to lock his own door. I don't know.
We'll
You
see when
never
we get
know
there.
in villages like this.
Well, maybe like if I go up and I'm like, oh darn, drat, I forgot my key, and then I'll like go around back.
So
Yeah.
are
And
we
we'll
going
figure
to
it out.
check the house first or the barn?
I think
Yeah,
we're doing the house first. Yeah.
If we go to the barn and they find out that I'm not really the mayor, then they're gonna like tie me up and maybe punch me a little bit, and I'm not into
We
that.
need the key
I'll
at least,
punch
so I could talk our way out of that. Let's not go there. Let's just go to the house first and see if there's anything there. You let me know if I need to cause a distraction. Everyone here knows who I am. I'm good at distraction.
Everybody knows your name.
Yes, they do. Dronin is not a common name for these
That's
parts,
really
I have
true.
been told.
This may or may not help with your decision. The mayor's house on the map is on that very southern area. It's like the biggest house on the southernmost part of the map. So
The one with the blue roof?
The
yes,
blue one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Where's
let's
the
do
barn in relation to that?
It's
like north
from the
of it.
center of town. It's the biggest building to the east.
Okay.
Oh, the kind
Okay.
of off brown one?
Yeah.
Harry, stop. Sit down.
To
Okay.
the blue house.
Oh,
Yep.
So the
Let's
mayor's
do
house.
it.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. The mayor's house.
I'm gonna go on the road before the road that goes to the mayor's house. Like you're going south and then it splits off and then it splits off again. I'm gonna go on the first one and then circle around behind the
Okay.
mayor's house and try and be stealthy about it if I can.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Okie dokie! Don't fuck me, proficiency in stealth. Okay, that's pretty good. 19.
Nice. You and Gideon sneak through the
Yes!
village. He thinks you're
Okay.
playing, so he's just crouching low. You know.
Yes. We're hunting, Gideon. We're gonna have fun.
You hear a slight purr from him. Not a meow. He's just keeping quiet.
Cool.
He does like the purr meow. He's like, kind of.
Yeah,
So
the bull.
It's so cute.
I love how quick we acquired an animal mascot. I didn't come with one this time. But,
Exactly.
I'm surprised you didn't name him Frumpkin.
oh, dude, the temptation. No. I've been wanting to name a cat Gideon, for so long. So,
Yeah, he's got like the yellow eyes, like glowing yellow eyes and everything. Like
yee! Oh, what a friend.
he's a very Halloweeny black cat.
Yes.
You eventually arrive at this bigger than normal 2-story farmhouse. It's a little taller than the other buildings around it. It's it stands out enough.
Open door.
Before we turn around the corner, I'm gonna make myself look like the priest. I mean the mayor. The mayor.
Priest said, "Oh,
The mayor.
You notice that there are no guards or anything at this house.
Oh, cool. Are there any people at all?
Besides just random villagers going like to their houses and back, they're
Those
going.
things-
The center of town is definitely where like most of the festivities and stuff is at.
Where the party's at.
Yeah, there's very few people. You might see one person every 15 minutes or so, like heading back home to grab something and come back.
Yeah.
I'm
And
looking
when
for
she
a
sees
window.
him, she'll like try and wave and try and mimic the way that the mayor waved to her when we first walked in.
Give me a deception check. As a changeling, I think you get proficiency with it automatically. I would think you
I
would.
do, yes.
Kind of silly if you didn't.
Oh no. Oh god, why?
You go to wave.
Roll the 2.
You go to wave at one of the villagers, and they wave back, but they seem like off-put. Like, why is the mayor wearing his hat crooked like that? But you're like
Mm-hmm.
that's what it looked like to them.
Nailed it.
Since I am the mayor, so that fits perfectly. So
Her accurate portrait.
you go up to the door, and the priest is like, it's locked.
Okay, I'm around the back, I'm looking for a window.
You find a door in the back as well,
I try to open the door.
locked.
Dang it, are there any windows or none at all?
Oh yeah, there's quite a few glass windows closed.
Okay, I try and jimmy open one of the windows, because hopefully there's no lock on it.
Actually, there is.
Dang it.
You could force it open, but that would just, evidence.
I step back, use thaumaturgy, and attempt to open any window that's unlocked, or door, or any other entrance. Just
You know that opens all of them and like slams them open, right?
slams them shut. It just opens them.
Okay, use thaumaturgy. The door opens, all the windows open.
Alright, I'm tumbling in the window.
Yeah, it
Tumbling
doesn't. It
in the
doesn't
window.
unlock them. It only does it to unlock.
Yeah.
Then nothing happens.
Oh, okay.
So
They're
everything's
all
locked.
locked. Every window in the place is locked.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, the only reason you'd have a window unlocked is if you were going to have it open, right?
No.
probably. I mean,
So like the upper stories might not have locks at all, because like, who's gonna climb up the side of your house anyway?
Actually,
a monk.
you notice when you're behind the building, one window up in the second story opens.
Okay, I balance on the top of my quarterstaff, and then I try and grab the windowsill,
Give
and
me,
then flip up through it,
give me,
and grab my quarterstaff on the way up.
give me acrobatics.
Okie dokie. Whoops, that's on the floor.
Let's hope you didn't do what your dice did.
Hang on.
Die from falling out a window.
It's an 11 plus 5, so 16.
Nice. You
I'm
circus.
gonna get that, so hang on.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so you circus your way up there, no problem.
Yeah. I'm a tumbler, man. That's what I'm good at.
Let's see, which window to which room? You are in the master bedroom. You see a queen-size bed.
Ooh, sexy.
Only one side of the bed seems to have been used recently. Like the
That's
sheets
less
are made, but it's like sunk in a little bit,
Yeah. Is there like a bureau or like a desk in this room?
You see two closets on each side. And
I'm gonna have a quick look in what's so nice, just real quick.
okay, you open the first closet, you find a lot of the mayor's kind of clothes and stuff. And then in the other one, you find a moth-eaten dress. Or moth-eaten
just say-
dresses. Dresses.
Okay.
While we're waiting for her, I'm just like making awkward conversation with the priest. So how'd you decide to go into the priesthood?
Well, my parents had 14 kids. We couldn't support them all as So I went to the priesthood to help the burden from the family.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Big farming family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My family did like a little bit of farming. Yeah.
Yeah, Klara thinks better of looking at the whole house by herself and goes and lets go.
You don't really see anything else in the bedroom of interest.
Okay.
But you do go out into the hallway up in the second story, and you see there's an office. Like there's just doorways. There's not even a door closing this bedroom and stuff.
Interesting.
And you go into the office, and you see the books are highly organized. And it doesn't take you long searching through some of these books. That they're logs for the harvests each year, and they seem to grow more and more abysmal as you go down the years.
Okay.
You find
I'd put a pin in that for the moment and go and let in my friends, and then run back up the stairs.
Okay. Creak, 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 creak. Down the stairs you go, and to the door.
Get in here.
Yeah. She's gonna look behind her and make sure that nobody's looking at us weird, and then...
Yeah, luckily there's no one around at the moment, so.
Just us and Dronin.
One of those windows just opened by themselves. It was really creepy. I think there might be a ghost in here.
He did like a magic thing.
Oh, you can do that.
One of them.
Oh wait, I can do that. Never mind.
Wait, you can do stuff like that?
Type things get
I think I can do it.
Oh.
Well, it depends what kind of. Yes, I am. I am a kind of tiefling who can do that. So what's your name?
I've never actually met a tiefling before, so...
She's like, ha! And closes the window.
They're a lot more prominent now than what I've been told. They used to be extremely rare, and then about 100 years ago, they just popped out of nowhere. Thousands, millions of them. Where?
Are we done? I found the office. Goodbye.
Oh, that's cool.
As you cast thaumaturgy, you guys hear a loud window slam up above.
And the door probably slams behind us as well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I did close the door behind us.
Okay.
Well, she
opens.
opens it so that she can close it.
You get that thing going, so you try to open it, close.
You got a Minecraft redstone switch mess up. There you go. Darn it! I press the button and one opens and one closes. I want both to close, both to open at the same time.
Never works that way. I don't know. That's the one thing I can do. So I forgot about that. Lol.
Anyway, on the ground floor, you notice that there's a sitting room, a kitchen, a dining room, a water closet. I'm sorry, I do not know what that is.
Bathroom.
Okay. Or they could have just said bathroom. Actually, that's interesting. He doesn't have an outhouse. He has a bathroom.
Yeah, WC. It's an indoor outhouses.
Yeah, that's fancy.
Yeah.
And you notice that there's a painting in the
outside.
There's a painting in the sitting room of the mayor smiling with an unknown woman. You assume this unknown woman is the wife that Millie
Oh, I'm
mentioned.
so sad about his dead wife, you guys. Anyway, there's records of all of the harvests in the office. Let me show you. I found before I came and got you because I forgot what I was doing.
That's probably useful.
I'm not so good at reading, so you guys might want to have a look.
You guys go into the office, and you can clearly see where she's been messing with the books, but there's also drawers on the desk in the office as well.
I checked the mayor's drawers.
The mayor's what? Drawers? Oh, okay. You check his drawers?
I'm gonna go through the books and try and see at what point the harvest started looking better.
I'm gonna stick my head out the window and make sure nobody's like walking around and like looking at the house for some reason. I don't know.
Make yourself even more obvious that you're in here.
I'm gonna subtly check my head out the window.
Just like do the thing with the blinds where you just peek out.
Yeah. She does that instead because that's smarter.
I'll say there's drapes, and you're just like
Cool.
creepily, like one eye through the cap of the drapes, just staring out.
Yeah.
People just look up. Did I see a purple face in that window?
You saw nothing. I'm a ghost. Window slams.
Whoa! This is the ghost of Chanti.
I'm a god and I'm dead for some reason.
Yeah, like you. I like to imagine for some reason you just aren't very religious. So you're just like.
No, she's not. She's not very smart either. So there's also that.
That'd be perfect then. You notice that about 3 years. It was 3 years ago. Is when the harvests were extremely bad, like to the point where the village was suffering, and people were dying of starvation. It was about 3 years ago, but it started maybe 20 years ago or something.
Does it keep track of any deaths at all?
No. He just noted in these books specifically
Yeah.
about how much crops they had.
So what Glib is thinking of is wondering, when did the harvest suddenly get better, and when did the mayor's wife die?
You see, this year is when it's like not only better, but like ridiculously oversaturated amount of food. Like not just enough for the winter, but enough to like they could stock up like the next few villages for winter as well. Amount of food. You also, now that you guys have been searching around here a little bit, hey, there's a chest over there. A wooden chest. That is locked.
Does anybody have a player's handbook that you can... No, never mind, I found it.
Don't look at me. I'm the cleric. I can't open shit.
I don't know. I can hit it with my stick.
Oh,
Hang on.
oh, I missed something important in your logs. You also see he has a diary in the drawers.
Dear God.
And or a journal, whatever you want to call it. It tells the tale about his helplessness of watching the townfolk suffer for the past few years, followed by the grief of his wife who succumbed to malnutrition.
Do you think he did something wrong so that no one else would starve? Like he maybe made a deal with something he shouldn't have?
That's what I was thinking.
You see that
I
he...
would say it certainly seems like that.
Yeah.
You continue reading, and you see that he, in desperation, trying to find information on how to get crops better, you know? Like, maybe they're doing something wrong, or something that they could do for the soil so it grows better. He made a trip to Candlekeep and did some research. And
Interesting.
after that, all these entries seem to show a great relief that what he found at Candlekeep, the knowledge he found, helped greatly. And that he's very hopeful for their bountiful harvest this year. And that was like spring when they just started planting stuff.
But he doesn't really elaborate on like what he actually found at Candlekeep.
Nope.
Interesting.
Well, I mean,
Well,
that's
then why would he keep it secret even in his own diary?
Well, I mean, it's not like cryptic. He's just like went there to do agricultural research.
Yeah. I
Yeah, like
guess.
why wouldn't he share that with the rest of the area? You'd think that, especially because like, why
Well,
does no one
it's-
like that woman?
I mean, it could be he didn't share the knowledge at first because he didn't want to give neighboring communities false hope until he was sure it would work.
And maybe nobody likes her because she keeps throwing pumpkins everywhere. I don't know. That seems
Well, I
pretty likely
figured
to
she
me.
was throwing pumpkins everywhere because like desperation, because like she doesn't have.
I mean, yeah, but people think that she's a crazy person. I don't, but people do because they're stupid.
It could be a lot of things
Yes,
until
good
we know
point.
what knowledge this is.
I think we gotta go to the barn.
I think we gotta go to the barn as well.
Time for a
Right.
barn.
Well-
The chest just sits there, almost glowing, like, hey.
Somebody open the chest.
I
can
miss
try it.
Slam.
I'm gonna go get like a fork from the kitchen or something and try and
Are there
break
Any
this thing.
keys?
Meanwhile, in this weird city that seems to wrap around itself in a donut fashion, a roguish man jumps over a wall, and he's trying to be all quiet, and he goes, "Ah, weird. And he just continues sneaking off into the distance.
If only we had an intergalactic thief on our side.
Interplanar, but yeah,
That's pretty
Right.
fucking close.
that's fair.
Are there any keys around?
No. You assume, since you can't find them, the mayor probably has them.
Dang it. Why would you be so smart as to keep keys on your own person?
few minutes later, Glib comes back with like a whole bunch of cutlery, and it's like, okay, we're gonna try something that I've not done in a while. I'm kind
You
of.
are smart. I like you.
Thank you. I'm gonna sit down cross-legged and try and jerry-rig the lock open. I'm probably at disadvantage because they're not real these tools.
Do you have
So
these tools?
I'm not proficient. I don't have any. I just have a good dex.
You do not need proficiency, but you do need these tools
Yeah.
to try to pick this lock.
It's
So-
a fork.
So like she tries it, nothing happens.
Give
Just
me-
can't get anywhere on it.
Give me a dexterity check.
Nine.
Oh, 9?
This is a pretty good lock.
6.
It's a pretty good lock.
Maybe if you had better tools,
Maybe I don't have any like thieves tools or anything.
try the bedroom. See if the wife has any pins or
Oh
something.
yeah.
My
Ooh, a hair
sister
pin.
used to pick her belt when she went out.
Your
Oh.
what?
Why would
Whoa.
you need that?
Mm. She just said she needed to borrow Mom's hairpins to pick her belt lock.
Are you
Wow.
referring
What
to
a,
belt
what a journey I just went on in my own.
Are you saying
Anyway.
chastity belt?
Yeah,
Her
Glib's
name is
already out of the
Chastity,
room.
yes.
She's just like completely oblivious.
Oh, God.
You know, there are lots of things that I know, and this is one I'm keeping to myself.
You hear a tapping noise on glass downstairs.
Uh-oh. Did you guys hear that?
I'll go down and investigate.
Oh, God.
You see
Why
Gideon.
did you do that?
You see
I
Gideon.
hide under the bed.
You see Gideon at the window. He's just pawing it.
Oh, it's my son. Okay.
The cat does like that, like they do the
Turns
Johnny.
out the cat was the villain of the module the whole time.
No! Don't do that to me. I will, like, rage quit everything if that happens.
Gideon does like the Johnny Depp thing where he does like that wavering thing at the window, and then he like jumps in. Like he wasn't sure if it was
Yeah,
okay.
just like when they're standing up on their
That's
back
funny.
legs, like people.
All of a sudden he just has dreads and a pirate hat.
Oh, God. Yarr. And then all of a sudden, Klara sounds like this.
I be changing accents all the
He
time.
doesn't, because I can't do that accent for an extended period of time.
So, after letting the cat in.
Yeah, Glib's gonna go into the bedroom and try and find something of the wife.
You see a tail poking out from under the bed.
The cat does follow you in there. It's like brushing up against the.
Oh, hi, Gideon! What was downstairs?
I'm just imagining the cat doing
Yeah.
what my dog does every night, which is as soon as you open the bedroom door, he just runs to the bed and like fucking slides underneath the bed, like he's sliding to first base in
Yes.
baseball, and you just see like his little chicken legs and the tail sticking out from under the bed.
Definitely what's happening right now.
The cat seems to be in quite a playful mood as its tail flicks violently around everywhere, and it runs through the house, just like weaving through stuff, just to run. You're not sure why.
Does he look like he's looking for something, or does he look like he's just like, woo?
He looks like he's just like energetic, and he you like
He's
hear
having a
him
fun time.
thundering up the stairs, just like.
Wow, he's a cat's always like this. You cats, I don't know.
I don't know. I never had a cat.
I mean, neither have I.
We had
Well,
pet
like
cows.
not for long. I didn't have a cat.
He comes up the stairs and he gets like right in front of you, and he just like really puffy tail, his fur is up, and he's like looking at you all big-eyed.
I bonk him on the head.
And the second you move, he like goes "Meow," and he like jumps around and he like goes running back down the stairs.
Oh my god!
I've grown up
You
with
guys not boy cat, dude.
I've grown up with
Hey,
cats.
I'm-
I know cats very well.
Yeah.
The
So-
besides that stuff, you guys don't really find anything else of real into your investigation, but you do find those old dresses, but no real bobby pins or anything from the wife.
I'm gonna go into the kitchen. Does he have any, like, what's his larder like? Does he have a lot of food in there? I'm curious.
Yeah, just normal food. Definitely.
Okay. Does it look like it came from the village?
Yeah.
Putting in just my thing kind of zoomed out there for a second.
Yeah, you.
No, I didn't find any bobby pins. I think at this point we just might want to smash it or just leave it.
Are they gonna leg out?
Oh, okay. Can you hear us?
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
Your video's frozen though.
Hello.
Come back.
Oh, okay. I can at least see you guys.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
where was
here,
You're back. You're back now.
Yay.
you, in the well, the monk was in the kitchen investigating. Sorry. You just find like maybe
Okay.
more gourd stuff,
Okay.
squashes.
But it doesn't look like it's obviously come from outside the village and he's not eating anything from in the village. That's what you...
It's definitely all local food. It's stuff
Alright.
you found at the festival.
Okay.
Go-
She comes back upstairs and goes, well, there's probably nothing wrong with the food because the mayor's eating it. I guess.
You notice there's a pie in the ice box.
Ooh, I'll
It's
come
a
back
face
for you.
box, dude.
This guy's rich as fuck. His water closet. Icebox shenanigans. Anyway, you guys want to go to the barn now? I think we're done. I think this is all we're gonna find.
As she's coming up the stairs, I wanted to look at the dresses and just like, she doesn't think she'll see anything, but like she's paranoid enough. She's wondering if she can see any like blood or anything on them.
Oh god.
You go to investigate them further. Give me an investigation check.
Yeah. Cool. The white dice can go fuck itself.
What's her name? The not obviously not Sherlock Holmes. I'm talking about the female equivalent in the novels that actually was able to outsmart him. and
Oh,
stuff.
Irene Adler.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do your investigation check, Irene.
That's
Are you on anything clean?
I just closed down a bunch of shit and see if that helps our shitty internet. That's a 12.
Okay. As you're sorting through these dresses, a bright scarlet red moth flies out of the closet and goes out the window. But
that was
besides,
Ezra. Ezra's still in there. She was screaming. Clara's fine.
it turns out Klara is just like Azra's actually gone insane and she's just switched personalities.
So dark.
Well, Clara's somehow younger than her, so she's regressed.
Yeah.
Maybe
It's like a
Clara's
split
her full self.
personality.
Yeah, and
It's like that's what happened to Azra's soul. Like half of it went to her, half of it went to
This is
someone
all
else.
like Azra's dream when she's in the. Oh my god.
But hey, that's just a theory.
Ah! I'm gonna do an analysis essay on how this is all like a fucking crazy tripping out abyss nightmare.
Are we gonna bust the chest open?
I was thinking about that. Do we want to leave any mark that we were here?
Yeah, I don't think we wanted to know. I mean, did
It's
you
like-
snap the fork off in the lock already, or?
It's a nice chest, but it is a wooden chest. The only part of that's really metal is the lock.
Did I break a fork in the lock?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. So they already know that somebody was here, so I guess we could just
Do
break
you have
it.
do you have both pieces of that fork?
Fork, yeah.
Yeah, but half of it's stuck in the lock.
Can I get the piece out of the lock?
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh dear.
I mean, I can try to.
14.
Tink, you got it out.
I put the two pieces together and use my mending cantrip. There you go.
No evidence. Very nice.
Oh,
Now just put silverware back and no one knows from here.
I can't do it. I'm like,
Oh,
Roll the hit.
no evidence. No evidence.
I have to have all the pieces for that to work.
so I just smash into the top real quick.
Roll
God,
damage.
I'm getting critical role flashbacks from when they followed that carpet. Oh my god.
When they
Five.
what?
When they did like that whole big heist thing and then they fought the carpet.
Oh,
And
Oh,
jeez.
yeah.
Bo nearly died. Yeah, fun
Yeah.
times.
And then they ran into another one later. Oh boy. Anyway, so you get a really good smash on there, but it doesn't break it all the way. But you do dent in the chest a bit.
He can fix
What's in it, big guy? Sure.
Yeah.
It's not. Okay, roll the hit again. I'm lame and actually go with the object's AC and health.
11.
Yeah, you hit.
Hey, I do that all the time. Are you
Well,
saying something?
It's more of not you hitting it. It's hitting through its object resistance, I guess.
8 damage.
Okay, this first hit dented it in. The second hit, there's a clear enough hole now that you could get your hand in there.
Reach in, feel around.
Oh, there's a bunch of pouches in here that you can feel. You pull them
There's a
out?
whole bit. Can I move it so I can pull some pouches out?
Yeah. You move like some of the shrapnel off of it, and you pull out the first satchel, and it has labeled on it gourds.
Open it up.
These are the seeds. These are the freaking seeds, you guys.
And you notice that they're all differently labeled pouches for
Oh my
each of the
God.
different kinds of gourds.
Is it all just pouches in there, or is there any like
Are
cheap
these the ones
paper
from the
or-
temple?
It's not hard to.
Hmm.
I looked up for the pumpkin.
They are fairly fresh. I won't even let you do a nature check. These are definitely like they haven't been dried. Some of them are dry, but some of these like you're like this is from like the last week.
I'm gonna go downstairs and find a broom so that it'll be easier for Dronin to fix this chest to gather up all the pieces.
Gather up as many pieces of the chunks of chest that I can and try to mending
Yep.
it back together after
Fine,
it's
I'm
pulled
getting
off
the broom.
seat.
Otherwise, we'll just sweep our shame underneath the bed.
Okay. As you're getting the broom and starting to do some sweeping, give me a perception check.
Oh God!
Uh-oh.
I don't trust any dice.
As you go down to the ground floor to get a broom in the kitchen.
Oh my God! The dice didn't fuck me horribly. That's a 16.
Yay! Yay! It's above 10!
It's the first time I've rolled anything higher than a 9.
Wow.
I'll say
Fucking congrats.
everyone else is upstairs at the moment. As you go to get the broom, you turn around and you see in one of the windows the mayor with his hat on, and he's just whistling as he's going towards the front door.
Wee woo, wee woo.
I
What do you
immediately
do?
grab the stairs.
Like, stealthily or just
Yeah.
bolt it?
She's gonna try and stealth so that he doesn't see her, and then just thunder up the stairs.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Oh God. Oh fuck! I didn't take any proficiencies in stealth. Shit.
No. Oh, God.
Okay, while you're doing that,
I rolled another 2! Damn it!
Oh, man.
everyone upstairs, give me perception checks.
Oh, boy. Clara's not very perceptive. Nope. 7.
9.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. What were we doing again?
Perception. That's
No,
not-
that was in character.
I know. I was like, I'm pretty sure.
5.
Damn it!
No!
You guys hear Glib thunder up the stairs.
And then like trip halfway up. Just like shit.
God.
Like
She's
trip
running.
over the cat. The cat's like, oh, we're playing! And I'm just like, oh fuck, and fall up the stairs.
And you guys
As soon
hear,
as I hear her running, I edge towards the window.
as she's like running up the stairs in panic, before you can even be like, what the heck's she doing? You hear the door downstairs open. Like a key rattle
Well,
and it
I
opens.
jump out the window.
This window is facing the back of the house.
Yep.
Do you
That's what I
actually
wanted.
open the window, or do you just jump?
No, she turns around very calmly, opens the window, and then runs through it.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check. Or no, this
Oh,
is
boy.
athletics, because you're jumping.
Ah, shit. Well, it's acrobatics to land on the ground and negate full damage, though.
I'll say
I mean,
I'll
not
allow it.
negate
I'll allow
damage,
it.
but I mean, it doesn't matter. I have proficiency in both of them. I was just.
Yeah.
Oh boy. 12.
You are able to do like a roll land. Don't take any
Okay.
damage.
I
Oh.
book it.
What does everyone else do?
Uh,
As you hear him whistling, and he's like, "Oh, why, hello there, kitty. Meow. How'd you get in here?"
Distract him, my son.
Go on, you got some mice to go get.
yeah, I'm going out the window.
Okay. Athletics or acrobatics?
Ooh, I rolled a 19.
You-
22.
You don't have to
Nice.
jump. I could say like you go out the window and are like trying to climb down safely or something. You know.
Whatever gets me down faster and quieter.
I
Okay.
imagine you just stepped out the window and just fell like this.
To the-
Very calmly, like, yeah, whatever, this is fine.
He pulls like a third-person action video game fall, where he just like dead drops down
Yeah.
and just gets up, and it was like nothing. You know,
Hero landing and gets up, and I actually didn't hurt my knees, and they walk off. Because I rolled I got a 22 altogether.
Yeah, nice.
What about everyone else who's in the?
Go. Push you out the window.
I'm gonna try and climb out the window. I'm gonna try and climb down the side of the house.
As
Hopefully.
as you're getting ready to go, you hear him creaking up the stairs. He's whistling. So, roll your acrobatics or athletics.
I was gonna say, somebody acrobatics and the other
I'm gonna
person
try
jump.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
The other person athletics and just jump out the window.
That's a 16.
Yay!
Okay, you make it out the window fine.
Thank
And
God.
I will. Moment she's out, out the window.
you hear him. You like hear him like in the hallway as you're jumping out.
Oh God.
Klara is like running in the opposite direction, trying to find like a house or something she can flatten us up against and try and not look like she just ran away
So,
from a house.
I'm like,
6.
oh god!
Oh God.
Oh no!
Oh
You take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no, that's a lot of other one!
no. Once I get down and I see the priest like laying there, come on, let's go.
you know.
You just for the briefest moment hear from the open window. What the blazes?
What?
I
I'm
moved.
gonna make myself look like one of the the first person in town. that I
Okay.
met.
A villager. Okay, so
Yeah.
are you guys like trying to dart and hide somewhere or?
No, I moved
am.
around to the front of the house.
Okay,
I'm hiding somewhere.
the door is open. You didn't even close it.
I knock on the side of the door frame.
Ding dong ditching.
Oh, just a minute! You hear from upstairs.
I'm gonna go and try around to the side of the house.
Okay, since someone's actually sneaking behind cover and could probably peek around the building she's behind, you see the mayor like poke his head out, and luckily you and your friends have gotten out of sight at this point. But he's just like looking around, like, weird. Straightens his hat, closes the window. Oh no, he's like looking around. And he goes like, it'll be
He's
in a
the
minute.
broken ass
And then he
shattered
closes the-
chest.
Not shattered, just broke.
It's sundered.
That's from shattering chest.
The great sun.
Crunched hole in there.
Oh dear! You hear from upstairs.
Stupid chest.
He comes down and he's like, yes. As he's coming down the
You left
stairs.
your
Or did
front
you
door
dig-
open. Did you know your back window was open too?
Yes, I think I've just been robbed.
I'm gonna come around the other side, like a ghost egg on the other side. I'm like, we saw somebody run off that way into like where the forest was. He tried to help, but like the guy knocked him down and strained his back quite a lot.
Deception check.
Okay. Oh God, I don't trust any dice. I shouldn't have said
Does
anything.
my fact that I'm an actual pain help?
It gives her advantage.
Oh, thank Christ.
Clara's watching from like against another house, like.
So I rolled a 2 and a 13. So, oh God, what's my deception? So it's a 16 total.
Whew.
Oh no, that's not. Oh dear. I think they stole the seeds.
Oh,
Did
no,
it all.
well, maybe they're just hungry. I'm not there.
As
Like,
he's leaving the house, you see Gideon, like, just in the front lawn.
Where I am, cat. You see, like from the shadows of the house, she's like.
What's your stealth? What was your stealth roll?
9. I believe a 19. I haven't actually rolled since I left the house,
Okay.
but it was a 19 to be around the back.
Okay. Gideon doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
Okay.
So He's like, did you happen to see? You said in the woods?
Well, they went down that road. I genuinely don't know what this town looks like, so I'm assuming that way is out of town and toward Forest.
Okay, are you pointing? I gotta ask. Are you pointing towards Millie's?
No. I would not be pointing toward Millie's, because I thought about that, and then I thought of, like, I could turn into Millie. No, I should not turn into Millie. So, like, opposite way.
Well,
Probably like west.
he looks visibly upset, but his upset demeanor quickly diminishes, and he says, Darcy wouldn't want me to get mad over something so trivial. It's all right. We can get more seeds from some of the gourds we had at the festival. You don't need to worry.
Yeah, like the priest could. You could probably help with some stuff like that too, right?
My back.
Yes, that would be mighty helpful for next year's harvest.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna help him back so he can sit down, and we're gonna head
Yes, no,
back
no.
to work down.
Let me help. I'm so sorry. What happened?
I said it when the person ran off. He like pushed Mr. Gostugg down and when he tried to chase him.
It looks like somebody stepped on my back.
Wow, that was mighty mean of you. It looks like you hit a lot of dirt, like you fell or something.
Oh yeah, because he got
Felt
pushed
like
down
it.
into the ground.
Despite you guys having the suspicions on him, he's definitely being very kind and nice, and he's actually genuinely concerned for this cleric, and he's actually helping you get back to the
I
bronze
think I got
butternut.
it. I got it. Good, Barry. I'm good.
Oh, well, that's what I'd expect from someone with the Lord's blessing.
What did you eat?
I believe it's called a goodberry.
Oh.
Got 5 more. Put them in my bag.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Tastes like pumpkin.
Last thing I would want is for someone to get injured at this festival. We're actually about to start.
What do you,
This is
On the way back.
like visibly uncomfortable at that reference. Just like, yep.
what do you think of, what's her name? This Millie fellow that was making a ruckus earlier in the festival square there. What do you think of her?
I can understand her being. She lives right outside of town, and she's been mighty suspicious ever since I came back from Candlekeep. She thinks that place is cursed or something. I see quite the contrary.
That Candlekeep is cursed?
No, that I found a location when I was up at Candlekeep. Had some seeds that they said would grow really good during a drought. It worked.
Where'd you find them?
Near Candlekeep. I traded what little we had left in the town of goods for our first batch.
Clara's just taking
check.
notes, like in the shadows, like, interesting.
You guys can do like an insight check if you think he's lying or something, you know?
Persuasion check. You just found them laying around, or you got them from someone?
23.
I rolled a 20 in my persuasion.
8. Oh god, Kat, you cannot stop rolling 5s. Jesus.
You get everything that he's been telling you. He seems to be telling the truth. But
My persuasion check of 20 was to try to get where he got the seeds from.
Outside of Candlekeep.
Like, did he buy them from someone, or did you literally just find them sitting on the ground?
Well, like he had said something about trading before we interrupted.
I'm more precisely trying to get who he got them from, or where they were purchased.
Look like.
I got him in a nearby village.
Which village?
Were they having just as good of a harvest as this?
I don't know. I haven't checked this year.
Not too many villages in the area are having any harvest luck. This person you got seeds from, were they wearing red robes?
No. Okay, so who's the
as we're
insight?
getting closer to town, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go get everybody drinks. It looks like you probably had some stress just now from Gostugg and Mr. Mayor, and wander off because it occurs to me I'm wearing the face of someone in this town.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to run into her. So I'm gonna go around a corner and turn back to me.
That's a good idea, Lorianne. These poor folks need some.
Cool, my name's Lorianne. Good to
Yeah.
know. And then I'm gonna circle around the building, turn back into me, and then go find Klara.
I'll come find you.
I like
Because
to,
I've been kind of like shadowing you like through the buildings and stuff.
I like to think her silhouette just suddenly appears in the shadows next to you. She's like, "Sup?"
Backlit. Yeah. I think we're running out of time here, friend. I think we need to get to that barn because he said we're starting, and I don't know what's starting, but I'm scared of it.
Who got the really high insight? I know somebody got a good one.
Nope.
Not me.
Okay.
I got a 5.
23 insight.
Everything he said seems to have been the truth so far, besides where he got the seeds. He seems to be hiding something.
I was using a persuasion check of 20 to try and get where he got them from.
Yep, he told you.
He told me a random village that
So, Mayor,
he hasn't checked in.
I sense there's a little bit more to the story. I'm a priest of Chantel. You can trust me. Put my hand on her shoulder. No means I might be here permanently. We need to have fully open communication.
He looks at both you and I'm sorry, Blake. I wrote your character's
Dronin.
last
Dronin.
name. I put it in
Dronin.
Dronin. He looks at you and
Dronin
Dronin.
Phoenix.
Phoenix!
And he looks maybe a little nervous, and he says, "I'll tell you after the festival. We just gotta finish the festival. It'll be all right."
What will be alright, Mayor?
While they're talking, is there like a way? I'm gonna try and go and get some beer from the inn or whatever, but then I also want to try and circle around the back of this barn, see if I can see if there are any other entrances or exits from the barn.
Yeah,
Remember
I'm going
what-
with you.
You notice
The book says.
there's no windows. There's only the double doors in the front.
Okay. Is there like that thing up at the top, that like hayloft that has the opening there?
Yeah, but if you see
Okay.
on the map,
But it would be in front of the door where the guards are, I assume
yeah,
so. But at least we know where that is. Cool. Okay.
in the middle of like the road that goes through the middle of town. So you got the guards and people going by.
People walking past. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll just go get some beer and then meet up with the rest of the crew. And I'm like, while we're talking, I'm like, so it occurs to me they've done all of the squash and everything. Are they getting their flour from another village? Because like you gotta make the crust of a pie out of something else, right?
Yeah, I suppose they'd have to be.
People!
One of the bakers goes to tell you they've since they've been doing so good on the harvest. This is more of like not just food for them. They're not going to eat gourds all winter. And you're like, that's silly. They trade these with other farms, with other like Animal Crossing. You
Yeah.
trade this for that,
Or you mean real life?
or real life.
Also,
Whatever.
how farming used to work.
Yep.
So yeah,
But, Animal Crossing is more real.
yeah, totally. So
Listen, I get it.
I own your house. I'm a raccoon man.
Also true.
You're in debt for life. Anyway, so
Cool. Thanks, friendly bear friend.
When this person's like, so the mayor had mentioned something about like an event later. Do you know what kind of event this is going to be like? I've never been to one of these festivals before.
Highharvestide. We're going to be starting any minute now, waiting for the mayor to get back.
Well, yeah, but like,
What are
what's
you
starting?
starting? What are you starting?
Is
Oh,
it like a
the
painting
mayor-
contest or?
Oh, see, the mayor, as the sun's setting, he gives a speech, and we all sit around and celebrate. And it's usually a speech of celebration about how good our harvest has been this year, and all that.
What about when
We
it's
all-
not good?
Well, then I guess they just don't have the
Does he
festival.
just sit there and be sad?
The last few years, yes, it hasn't been that good, but
That's
we still do
depressing.
have a town meeting. We did last year. We tried to brighten spirits as much as we could. But we don't gotta worry about that anymore. We're doing pretty good now.
I suppose you don't.
Oh, we have a bunch of games as well. Got cards and dice. We gotta just party like it's a barn party all through the night.
That's funny because the barn's locked.
Well, yeah. We're gonna,
So it can't be a barn party because it's not in the barn.
I,
But
I-
anyway.
I got my own barn. That's just the town stock barn.
Yep.
Start bombs.
Is it usually locked? Like, I figured a small town like this that everybody would trust in, and
Yeah, the mayor's been pretty protective about it. I can understand why. I mean, we've been going with so little food for the year. He's taken quite a pride to our harvest this year.
But he's never locked it before, though.
Well, he didn't need to. Can't really steal nothing when there's nothing there.
I suppose that's right. Still. Well, anyway, thank you for your help.
yeah.
Yeah, here's some cookies.
Oh my
Oh.
god, yes.
Great.
Okay.
She just fills her pockets.
They're
Like,
like-
you could tell by looking at her, she does not eat that regularly.
They're like
Yeah, I know.
they're
Klara
powdered.
takes them and then like gives them to her and like there you go.
They're powdered sugar cookies. One's
She's in love.
I think I might barf if I have any more of them.
When
one's-
she comes back, she's probably got that powdered sugar ring around her mouth.
she's got like they're in
That's
different
real
shapes. Like one's like a pumpkin shape, one's like a cat shape, one's a
Mhm.
moon shape, one's like a witch on a broom. You know, like the stereotypical
I give a
Halloween
tiny
sugar.
piece of the cat one to Gideon.
She kind of looks at the witch on the broom and then like immediately bites the head off and then eats it.
Oh. Klara like notices that and just kind of pats you on the shoulder and is like, okay, let's go look at something else. Oh look, what's that over there?
You find some jelly-filled pastries. That I'll say
Ooh, I
that's
can
what
get behind that.
that's what you're pointing at.
Mm.
It's like this big dough ball, and there's like jelly on the inside.
Oh look, more sugar. It's your favorite, I think.
Yeah, so we basically meet back up with you guys, and I went for beer, and I come back with like maybe 2 beers and like this giant plate of baked goods.
You guys, this beer is, I'll just say it, it's very pumpkin spicy.
Yeah.
I feel so basic. You know, just like the lowest level of anything. That's interesting.
Simple folk.
Anyway,
Go
you guys want to just, I don't know if we can get into that barn. I think we just need to kind of camp out in this little middle area.
She would not have said that if the mayor was right there.
Yeah, no, I was saying it real quietly. It's not very subtle.
I don't think you can say it quietly with that accent.
Listen, yes I can. Especially when it's right close to the microphone. Thank you very much.
With that, you get
Do not underestimate my talent.
with that talent,
Anyway.
you get an inspiration point.
Yeah.
But the sun has set, and the town streets fill with villagers who converse, laugh, drink, and eat in the light of flickering torches. Atop a wooden stage, a ragtag assortment of violins, flutes, and other instruments sound out in earnest and cheerful harvest tone as townfolk dance below. Some like square dancing kind of music, I guess. Just beyond this area, rows of tables are piled with food and kegs of beer. As
Okay, is this in the middle of town or is it in like the fenced off area down the bottom?
this is in the middle of town.
Cool, so everyone's looking directly at the barn.
Yeah, you notice there's a bunch of
Yep.
games put out. A lot of tables are set up. A lot of just like, I keep forgetting what the card game is they have in the player's handbook. They use as an example. That like Two Dragon or whatever.
Yeah.
Pendragon Ante.
Yeah, there's a few tables playing that. There's just a few playing some classic dice games where you got like 2d6s and a cup. Whoever gets snake eyes wins, you know, that kind of thing.
Okay, I think we need to spread out and see if we can see everything that's going on. Something's fishy's happening.
I agree.
I'm gonna stay in the corner closest to the barn and kind of like do some acrobatics tricks, but kind of half-heartedly because I'm trying to see everything that's happening.
Give me an insight check.
Okie dokie, I'm
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, that's a 7.
Okay.
Hmm.
The guards don't seem to be distracted at all,
Okay, good to know.
but they are looking at like everybody eating and drinking and stuff
Okay.
as they're like off in the distance.
If there's like a large collection of people in one area, I'm gonna kind of like hover near the outside of it, just outside of where would be an acceptable distance for a large-scale magical ritual that would sacrifice thousands of people. I'm gonna be right outside of where I think that is.
That is disturbingly specific.
He
Maybe I'll share the story in character.
I was about to
Yeah,
say
this guy's saying some shit.
he's from Thay. He probably has witnessed before.
Yeah.
Gonna kind of stand that distance away.
The like I've seen some shit distance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you guys try to get into the barn?
No, I mean, like, everybody's fucking looking at it.
Mm-mm.
Does anyone want to play any music on stage?
How many guards are on the barn? Just 2?
Klara is playing a harmonica,
Just 2?
but like in the other corner because she doesn't want to leave her like
But there's no other entrance
post.
that isn't, like, facing everyone.
Yeah,
Guarded.
Give me
like if Misty step onto the roof, I'd do it.
give me a performance check for your harmonica solo.
All right.
As they're playing some like
Nope, that's a 2 on the dice.
You know my pain.
Yeah, you like go from like one end of the harmonica to the other, and your hands like slips and goes.
Whoops! I was balancing on top of my staff at the time. Ah shit!
You hear like the crowd like go, "Yay!" as you
Can we
like
say she falls
catch
into,
it. You know?
into, like, the side of the barn, and, like, something breaks and you get a glance in. I don't know how close you were to the barn, so...
Nah, not that close. I'm like in the
Okay.
corner of the square, and it's like a couple of buildings that way.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
If anything, Phoenix is probably the closest to the barn since he's staying like in the back.
Yeah, I'm very clearly standing the I've seen some shit distance away from the mayor.
Probably checking the ground to see if it's just a giant pentagram.
Yes, actually I am.
Give me investigation.
That's a good call, actually.
14.
You don't see any form of sigils or anything on the ground.
Okay, I immediately assume they've probably hidden it with magic and stand back just a tiny bit further.
Okay.
I love that your character is so paranoid.
I like to think you like just like step backwards,
Yeah, literally like...
and like the camera's like
Over me on the
focused.
floor.
The camera's like on widescreen, and it's like focused on the 2 guards standing in front of the double doors for the barn, and like you come in on the left side of the screen, walking backwards away from the festivities, and you like stop in the middle, and the guard's like,
Yeah.
You right there?
Oh, yeah, just catching a good view from this distance. Yeah, that's it.
Phoenix, aren't you like a? As they look at each other.
Look at me,
Aren't
not
they-
suspicious men. I am so normal and everything.
You can.
You
You
can
can.
go up on stage.
Oh, God.
Okay, give me a performance check.
I'm not performing.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
I use thaumaturgy to enhance my voice. Like, everybody! Everybody! Can I have everyone's attention?
You have everyone's attention.
Oh boy.
This is an amazing day.
Yay!
Sunset. And we have to thank Chantal for her blessing. Someone, grab the guards at the barn. They need to be here too. So that we get everyone in town
Oh,
can get the blessings at
the
once.
the mayor's like walking up onto the stage. He's like, yes,
Yes, Mayor.
yes.
This is going to be a good occasion. Please,
Smart.
please join me.
I love you so much.
But
Yeah, like,
please, Everyone,
It's just
get
like
the
an
cigars.
embarrassingly awkward moment.
He's like, now, Fred and Ted. I'm sorry. We'll get some guys to get you some drinks over there. And like the crowd like chuckles and stuff. And one of the ladies actually does get 2 tankards and goes to take it to the guards.
Yes, they should come so they can hear me. Can you hear me?
No, they're all right.
No, I insist. Everyone must
No.
be part of this blessing. The sun is setting. This is the time for us to pray. For when the sun sets is when the prayers go to the Great Mother.
While he's doing this, I'm looking around. She's paranoid enough. She knows that she can do that sort of glamour stuff. She wants to see if there's anybody here that looks like they're disguised or anything. She doesn't think there actually is, but she's worried.
I greatly appreciate that, brother of Chanti, but I would like to thank our power for this. Would you let me, please? It's the least you can. It's the least you can let me
I did
do.
not like the way he said that.
Yeah, that's like, this is literally the face that Glib is making, like,
I screamed first.
Scrunchy face of doom.
What did the mayor say? He wants to.
Kevin literally didn't hear
I
it in
didn't
real
hear.
life.
Oh.
He wants to. Yeah.
He said he wants to thank the one that brought this harvest to fruition this year.
Pretty sure
Mayor,
the word power was in
we
there
already-
somewhere.
Yeah, he
thank you.
definitely said the word power. We heard it, Scotty. You can't.
Yes, in
yeah.
Faerun, gods also are called powers.
Yeah,
You
but
mean
so are
Shantea.
like warlock patrons. So
I
that's what Glib is thinking.
I'm gonna make a deception check
You're right next to the
to
guards.
attempt to hide. I kind of like walk forward and cough loudly, and I'm going to send a message to the priest. It's basically just hiding the spell I was casting.
Okay, give me.
10 deception,
Okay,
For a cantrip?
For a cantrip, that yeah.
and I kind of send a message to the priest of Shantae. I think some terrible ritual is going to go down on stage. You'd best want to avoid the mayor at all costs. This seems like giant death ritual to me. Sorry. This seems like giant death ritual to me. I would get off of stage if I were you.
You can reply to this
understand.
message.
You can reply to this message. 25 words or less.
After that, it cost two copper a word.
That's
Too
actually
expensive.
hilarious.
It's too expensive for long distance charges.
I'm
Excuse
right
me.
over here. If you want to say more words, just come.
I
here.
understand.
I apologize, but it will be 2 copper extra per word. Thank you for using Joaquin Industries message system.
You heard that
I
message in your
understand.
head, by the way.
Reverse the charges.
You heard that message in your head. But you know it came from me.
Joaquin Services would
Oh,
like
yeah,
to say
it sounds like
you
a
are.
Russian accent.
Joaquin Services would like to say you are able to respond to that message in 25 words or less.
Acknowledge. Message. Reverse charges.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Sound like Mayor. We are thanking the people, the power who's in charge. Shantea. Who else would it be? Other than maybe Sylvanas?
Well,
Right. I mean, you said, look at the people. This is
that is
Shantea
true.
doing. Everyone, we bless Shantawa with this wonderful harvest. It is all her doing.
Yes.
Well, he's yelling.
Yes.
He's gonna go around to the back of the barn, and is there like any? Would she be noticed? Like,
Yeah.
are there people hanging around behind
The
the
guards.
bar?
The guards are still in work, so if you're gonna still.
Well, yeah, but like she's going around behind it, around to the back. She knows there's nothing back there, but just to the back of the barn.
Yeah.
Like, so they'll know I'm gone, but hopefully they won't like leave the front door because they don't think she.
Clara's like backflipping slightly closer to where the barn is. She's kind of like edging closer while being like, "Look at me, I'm an acrobat, being very normal."
Yep, super normal. Yeah.
Okay. You are able to find a window like at the very top in the back.
Oh, yes.
That's like 30 feet
Oh.
up. Actually, I'll say 25. Oh.
She's gonna drop her bag down and go ruffling through her like ratty ass moth-eaten backpack and pull out a piece of rope. And I'm like, I can tie this to an axe and maybe chuck it up there. It's just a cat.
You hear like a.
I don't know.
You hear like a. There's like a random goat walks by. It's a farm village. They just have livestock walking around. It's whatever.
I'm just imagining as we're having a conversation, there's just a goat chewing on the edge of my cloak.
Yeah, essentially. It was just sitting there, just like, yeah, exactly.
It's just like, why am I here?
Actually, you see it with they wouldn't. No, darn it, they wouldn't have that. I was gonna say it's eating a tin can. You see it eating like a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to work my way back around to the back.
Okay.
Slowly.
With this very good distraction the priest is doing, I'll say both of you were able to get back there and do all that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait until he's yelling again, and I'm gonna attempt to chuck a hand axe. Got a rope tied to it.
While she does that, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to. Is it cloudy by any chance?
It's nighttime, so you're not quite sure.
I'm gonna make a thunderclap while she does it to hopefully mask the sound of the glass breaking.
Okay.
With ominous thunder.
Oh no, there's no glass. It's just like an open window at the top.
Yeah,
never mind.
I would like hit into the wood real hard so that hopefully we've got a little bit of a something to.
Oh, smart. Okay.
Okay, roll to throw your axe.
What dice do I not trust?
I'll say you guys are doing this as he's trying to distract the mayor and stuff. And this is like, they're like going back and forth. Like the mayor's trying to do the speech for the town, and this priest, like he's got this Canadian standoff where he doesn't want to like get the priest off the stage. So he's letting the priest do speaking, and he actually is saying, yes, Shanti, blessings be upon her. She's been helpful for us for years. Like he's agreeing with you, but you can see he's waiting for his turn. And you're doing like the old school court thing where you just keep going and don't let anyone else have their turn. Yes.
I hate to say it, but a hand axe's range is 20/60, so I probably roll this at disadvantage, don't I?
It's fine. Just roll.
Just aim for 20
Jump
feet
on the
and then
goat.
we'll scramble.
Natural 20!
Hey!
Oh,
Well earned. Well earned.
She
Just
throws.
like, goat's dead.
She throws the axe through the window, and it like clean goes through the window. And you're like, oh crap, maybe I overshot it. And like meanwhile in the barn, like the ladder that goes to the upper part, like the leg of it, you see your axe with the rope just go like, and just tie itself perfectly on there.
Just like.
Do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You go first. If somebody comes around, I can make my face look like something else.
Alright. I climb up that road.
Okay, you climb
I'm
up there.
losing the accent, so I'm doing it real strong now.
You got yourself a drawl.
Should I roll for athletics or
Maybe.
acrobatics?
Nah, you're good. Maybe it's the bit of alcohol, a little more of a drawl.
I mean, we have
I'm
been
19,
drinking quite a
this
bit.
is illegal. Just wanted to point that out.
Not in favor.
Anyway, climb that damn road. You hear?
I'll say you guys, unless you're gonna try to go up like really fast, you don't need to roll.
I mean...
Because she got a nat 20 on that, so I'm gonna say it's like perfectly secured.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, I want to make sure that we're going up so that, like, fast enough so that we're already up there by the time the priest stops yelling, but...
Okay, so
which, like, hopefully will be a while still, but...
you can hear him, and you role played that really well. I'm gonna say you're doing a great job delaying. Like it's taking a long time. Like you're giving them a lot of time.
I can take it for a whole minute with my booming voice.
Yeah.
And I'm a priest. You know they can talk for well more than a minute.
Okay. We talked about this before recording, but you pull the Talos priest from Skyrim.
Oh my god!
You're so annoying.
Praise
Now everyone in town
something!
immediately hates you. They're like, he was cool, and then he started talking. Now we want to murder him.
Let us join in with one of the great harvest songs.
Oh God!
And just start and get the band going
Oh
with me.
God!
Oh.
The band actually knows
Please
these
tell me your
songs,
performance is abysmal.
and they look at the mayor questionably, and he looks back at them and is like, yeah, no, do it. And they like, it was like a slow start, but they actually do get the song going, and you get like the crowd going with you.
I picked the longest Shantaya hymn I can think of. The one with like
Philip wants to
400 verses that the ancient Trents of Shantaya would sing.
Okay, so you
Obviously the shortened version, only 30 minutes.
hear this really long song going on, some like church song, and
It's a song that never ends.
So
Yeah.
and it,
real.
99 bottles of the
99 bales of wheat in the field, 99 bales of wheat, sweep
I
one
was trying
down,
to get
roll
there,
it
you
around.
were so
Okay,
Nice.
so you guys
Anyway.
get in there, and you monk your way up, and you're like all balanced up there, and you're up at the top, and you see
Yeah.
little hay bales up in this upper area, and you see down below. It's kind of dark, but you have dark vision, so you're able to look down there, and you peek over, and you see lots of vegetables. Just lots of vegetables.
There's vegetables. I dropped down.
Owls?
You drop
Oh,
down,
no.
and you find that there's this barn is pretty jam packed with these. Like the mayor was not lying. This is a hell harvest. This could probably feed Waterdeep for a week.
Shit.
I'm kidding.
That's a lot of
I'm kidding.
vegetables.
Not really. I just remembered how big
Veg-
Waterdeep is. Never mind.
Regardless, that's a whole heckin' lot of vegetables. I'm looking for anything that's not vegetables in here that is like hiding underneath or something.
Most of them are squashes and pumpkins. You can give me a nature check.
Oh boy. 17!
You were surprised
The negative?
at the amount here, especially since, well, maybe not too surprised because you've already found like multiple forms of evidence that something's off. But this just helps
Yeah.
reinforce more like they should not have bounced back within a year, like this amount.
Before we jump down, I am going to pull the rope up so that there's not a rope hanging down from the back of this place.
Okay.
Super obviously.
Besides that, you don't really see anything else in here. Just a bunch of vegetables.
Okay. Just vegetables. And it was only hay up on the top loft bit?
Yes. And
I
while
didn't see anything else?
and while you guys are no, maybe you can investigation check if you want.
I will do so.
While she's investigating,
12.
I wanted to go down and look at the vegetables. I have proficiency in alchemist supplies, but not nature, so I was wondering if I could see if there was anything, like, chemically done to these vegetables or magically done or
Ooh,
anything.
the GM.
Because I do have Arcana as well.
You can roll one of those if you want. That'd be an
I will.
intelligence with proficiency since you're proficient with those things.
Okay. So it's the same either way. That's a 7.
Oh boy.
Nah, no, there's nothing, no magic in here,
Vegetables.
no potions of like enlargement used on them or anything.
I don't get it! How are they doing this with just vegetables?
I don't know. And I'm gonna climb back up the ladder and up to the loft. Maybe
Okay.
it's not the vegetables. Maybe it's something else. Like maybe the
As while you guys are doing that,
the priest
the priest
finally
finishes-
runs out of.
the priest finally finishes his songs and stuff, and
And
Process.
we will now dedicate all the harvest to Shantaya all by herself, because she's the
No.
only power in town. So raise it up.
there,
All is given to her. This is all dedicated.
everyone looks tired, and they're just like,
And
Yeah.
now,
There's one of those like
As-
gaps in the like knots in the wood and like poke my like do the one eye thing looking out and see if I can see.
now that we've dedicated everything to Shantaya, you know what that means. Let us get shit face. Drink! Drink! Everyone, start drinking!
there is one more we need to think. It is no coincidence
Oh, boy.
that are changed
No,
to fortune.
no! We thank the mayor for his wonderful
Yes,
guidance. Everyone,
and I
give the mayor
also
a hug. Come up on stage and hug the
yes,
mayor.
and I give one final word of
Filibustering the
thanks
shit out
to
of
the
him.
patron of this festival, Gordkin. As you hear that, a booming
Entire silence.
peal like thunder in the sky suddenly takes an eerie greenish glow. Screams erupt all around the player characters as decorative pumpkins come alive. The orange shells tear open in the jack-o'-lantern. Yep, I'm getting to it. Jack-o'-lantern-like faces whose eyes and mouths glow a bright blue. Vines and leaves spout from the underside of the pumpkins, twisting and swelling in rudimentary limbs. These animated gourds begin wreaking havoc, attacking townspeople and causing widespread destruction as villagers flee. Now, I got something to send you guys.
Oh god.
As,
I look back at the two guards and I go, yeah,
the barn...
magic death ritual.
The barn... there's a chaos, and you're just, like, standing there, and, like a gourd... One of the gourd jack-o'-lantern things is, like, eating somebody behind you, and you're like, yep. Satanic
This
ritual.
sounds right.
It's the Great Pumpkin from Charlie Brown.
Exactly.
Terribly evil version, but yeah.
All of the vegetables in the barn that you're in
Oh no.
all start to move around. They start shaking and they like collate with each other. And I will say,
We are both in the hayloft.
both of you need to give
Yeah.
me dexterity saving throws.
Oh god.
No, we're in the hayloft! Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh shit, that's really good actually. 21.
11.
Oh no.
Okay, you both are fine.
Oh my god.
These vegetables like swirl around here almost like a tornado, and they actually blow out the barn. But you guys actually do land on the ground and are fine.
I
There's
just
a
kind of like look up at the
booming
guard.
crash of rending wood as a massive creature breaks through the doors of the barn. A nightmarish thing that is a mass of pumpkins and other vegetables bound together to form a vaguely humanoid shape that stalks forward into the street. As you watch, the thing heads towards the stage, as sunken holes form a mouth and two eyes, glowing bright blue. You have uttered our pacts, Faustus. The thing bellows with a ragged voice. No Gordkin reaps his own feast. Roll initiatives.
Oh, God.
I look at the mayor as who am I? Shillelagh, am
You
I?
fucked up.
Really? There are thousands of demon lords and other gods, and you choose that shit? God, and they call me stupid.
Man, this cleric got sassy all of a sudden.
Okay, now everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
It's really easy to see
Roll
that
again.
the sound spike really shows up when I was
Yeah.
going to post. Okay.
19.
Yeah, I used that one. Oh shit, that's really fucking good. 21.
Oh.
20.
Oh.
Oh
Look at
shit.
you guys rolling all good and all that.
Dang it. 14.
Darn. Let's see.
Which one did you get? What did Gostugg get?
19.
Oh, you rolled low. Nice.
Oh, thank
Okay.
god.
So for those at home, Gordkin rolled 8.
Nice.
All right. So, right in front of you, you see the two big pumpkin rear end of Gordkin as he was walking out.
Nice pumpkin.
That
Got a
gourd.
pumpkin booty.
He's as tall as the barn.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Do know
And
why.
he was starting to walk towards the crowd who's screaming, and you guys just notice as the barn like literally exploded around you, that a bunch of the gourds have come to life themselves, and they all have like jack-o'-lantern faces, and like they like grew vine limbs, and they're like grabbing people and attacking them. So,
Wasn't me.
in terms of numbers for his gourdlings, I would say it's near infinite because every single gourd in the area turned into one.
Cool. The ones that Millie smashed though.
They're still smashed.
Help me!
They're still regular.
There's zombie gourds!
Half his face forms and he's just like smearing seeds across the ground.
Yeah.
So, question.
It's
I'm
great,
pretty sure
man.
Glib goes first because she got like a 21.
Yep.
It was truly great. Zombie gourds.
Does the thing look like an undead or a fiend?
It looks like a big vegetable.
So I don't know.
Okay, give me an Arcana check.
I don't think it's undead. Fiend, maybe.
That's an 8.
Oh boy.
Definitely got to be an animated plant of some kind, like a awakened plant.
Okay. And then I'm gonna turn to the mayor dude and be like, you fucked up.
He's like
Why?
around the corner to the side because you guys were like at the back of where the barn was, and he's like in the
Okay,
middle
yeah.
of town. Okay, so the priest, like the mayor's next to you in his hat, like he's like obviously freaked out, like he didn't expect this for some reason.
Yeah.
So
And then Glib is gonna run around and get if she can get to the gourdkin now, she's gonna attack it.
Okay, he's within 10 feet. You can just run up to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to activate my Crimson Right, which means I subtract one of my super precious and puny hit points.
How do you do it? Are you gonna do it with style? Like I don't know, like on the back of your neck, or what are you doing?
She's actually, as she's running, she's gonna draw her 2 hand axes, and one of them is just gonna slice the side of her arm. She can't do the other one because she only gets one bonus action. Just like up here, and try and like, she's going for this thing's feet to try and like make it stop moving.
Okay, you do have advantage because he hasn't gone yet into combat,
Oh, cool.
and he's facing
Thank
away.
God, because I rolled a 3 and a 16, so that's a 21.
Yep, that definitely hits. This barn-sized heap of pumpkins.
Cool. So that is 5 slashing damage and 3 electric damage, or 3 lightning damage.
Okay.
Does my second attack also have advantage?
Yes.
That is also a 21. For 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then she's gonna try and back up and get away out of its range because it's big and she's scared.
Actually, probably more accurate sound effect is like.
Ugh. Yep. Yep. She's like splattered in pumpkin gore and does not have any effect. It's just
You
like,
got
yeah,
like
whatever, this is
you
normal.
got like squash pulp like all over
Yeah.
you now. A lot of it's fried. You sizzled it. Lightning.
Yeah.
Oh
Burnt
my!
pumpkin.
I totally forgot about that thing. Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
I think
Klara's making this face
The
from the
pre-
ground.
there's something fun with him. Anyway,
Oh no.
I believe it's the priest next.
I got a
It's
20.
actually Dronin.
Oh, right. I thought the priest did. My bad. Go ahead. You're.
Yeah, we got a 19, a 20,
he's
and a
a-
21.
Gorkin is right in front of you. He looks like he's about to swipe you because you were like in the back and he was heading towards the mob.
Okay, well, I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
He gets a dexterity saving throw.
All right. You'll see why I'm excited about this.
Oh no.
What?
Either he's fire resistant or vulnerable.
I'm hoping vulnerable.
Roll your
He has
damage.
to fail.
Roll your damage.
Okay. Damn it. Damn it, I should have activated my mantle. Oh well, 8 damage.
That is the exact amount you needed. You all smell the delicious roasting pumpkin aroma, and everyone within 5 feet of him gains 4 temporary HP.
Am I within 5 feet?
Everyone but the
Yes.
priest.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh wait, but you can't. Yeah, it's temporary hit points, so you can have more than your total.
I'll read it for you straight up. This is a tree he has called Fire Roasted Squash. If Gordon takes 8 or more fire damage in a single round,
Oh my god.
the delicious smell of roasting pumpkins fills the air within 5 feet of him. Creatures other than the
awesome.
Gourdkin gain 4 temporary HP.
I love it.
I love it. It's so good because all my power comes from making myself hurt more.
Yay!
That's kind of a consistent thing with my characters recently, isn't it?
I
Damn.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The
Whoa.
feeling of
That was
terror
cool.
and the smell
It was
of delicious
really
aroma fills
Yes,
the
Lord.
air.
I kind of want to move away because he's huge size, but I kind of don't want to leave the delicious smell. But I'm happy the temporary hit points will probably stay, and he most likely has a movement speed faster than 30. So I'm going to kind of sidestep out of his way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a squishy sorcerer. You can one-hit me, I'm sure. I'm just going to step over here.
Alright.
Ooh, just get hit you with fire from behind.
Let's look on the map, see how far away he is from the center of town currently. Okay, he is... he's more than 100 feet. I would say... I'm going to just say he's like 150 feet away from the center of town where you're at.
Okay.
Where brother Gostugg?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It is his
That's
turn.
gonna be a bit to get him.
You see the crowd immediately starting to like panic and disperse and run away from this monster,
Oh,
but
no,
also
it's
trying to
not
run away
sick.
from these pumpkins that came to life. One actually animated right in front of you, and it looks like it's about to attack either you or the mayor.
Oh, we don't.
That thing in the center of town, is that like a well or a statue or something? That's got all those banners going from it?
Good question.
I kind of was assuming it was some kind of fountain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that's a fountain.
Cool, okay.
So, my turn?
Yes. There's one of these animated pumpkin things right in front of you.
I guess shillelagh. And then swing into it.
Sorry, I can't even hear the word shillelagh without hearing it as How post hot me shillelagh?
I hit my shillelagh on it.
You need to play an
I gotta
Irish.
hear
You need to play an Irish
21.
halfling named Jack.
it. Yes, I do. Yes, I
Jack, here's me shillelagh.
do.
I only do 4
I'll
damage.
punch him over the head with me shillelagh.
I hit with a 21, I'm assuming, and do 4 damage.
Okay. It's still moving, but you're
Everybody, barricade yourself in the church.
the small shrine.
It's where we keep the seats. It's one of the most fortified places in town.
Yeah, but
So-
there are like a lot of people I don't know if they'd all.
There's a basement. Get as many of you in there.
There's a few hundred people in this village.
I know you can
Listen.
all fit. You did it last time we
Listen,
got free beer.
You're not sure if everybody hears you over the sheer like screams of panic and murder in front of you.
That makes sense.
Listen, OSHA's not here to tell us it's a bad idea. Just do what I'm telling you.
Oh, I also give the mayor the dirtiest fucking look. I'm like, don't go anywhere. And I start going towards Gordon.
This thing's still alive that you hit.
Oh. I already text.
You indented one of the eye spots, but it's definitely still like it's like getting ready to attack.
Oh, I thought I smashed.
No, you weren't are smashing pumpkins, but you haven't completely smashed this pumpkin.
So I
Seven
don't start
speed.
moving yet. But I do look at the mayor.
It's looking at the mayor and it's like licks its chops. It's like thirsty.
Yeah. He fucked up.
That is an understatement. Mm-mm.
All right, monk.
She gets up from the ground and like, not good, not good, not good.
This giant animated horde of pumpkins in front of you smells really good, and one
Oh, boy.
of the 2 pumpkins that were its butt cheeks has been like slashed and opened.
Ugh.
I'm gonna ignore the butt cheek. And run around to the front of it and hopefully stop it from going closer to the town square. And say, "Hey, listen, you're meant to be pie." and then she like flips forwards and like brings her staff up on like the back swing and just like right down with the quarterstaff.
Nice. Roll the hit.
17 plus 5. I assume that hits.
It does not. He's made of adamantium. I'm kidding. Go ahead. You hit.
Adamantine pumpkin. Now that's a band name. We got you. That's a band name.
Yes, it is.
And
Hello,
one
welcome
on the
tonight!
Tuesday-
And we're the adamantine pumpkins. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's only 4 points of damage because I rolled a 1 on the d6. But I'm gonna whip around for an unarmed strike and just punch wildly into the pumpkins.
No.
Oh, that's only a 5. 10.
Okay, your quarterstaff hits the pumpkin and it kind of gets stuck inside one of the pumpkins on him, and you go to palm strike and you don't get through the pumpkin. It's like,
I kept having jarred my hand, like.
I like to think you did that as a swift motion as you were trying to pull your staff out, and you do get your staff out.
Yeah. Okay, I'm ready though. I'm standing there ready, like fucking come at me, bro.
He's looking down.
Come at me, bro.
He's looking down at you too. Oh, you had advantage.
Whoops.
He hasn't moved yet, so you can roll again.
I'm gonna roll again on the. That's a 3
Okay.
on the die, so it would have been like 7.
Okay. Well, I gave you a chance.
Thanks. Yep, that's my turn. I'm staying in front of it.
He says, "Prepare to get squashed," as he goes.
That was really bad, and you should feel ashamed of
Glib
yourself.
like straight up laughs out loud behind him.
He may or may not.
Like if he wasn't so big and scary, he'd actually be kind of funny. He smells like pie and he makes jokes.
He may or may not have his own lines.
My God. God bless you, Poison Pot Press.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Prepare to get squashed.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Okay, so Phoenix
Yeah,
and
I moved away from him.
you both are in front of him, right?
Yeah, well,
I
he
moved away from him.
How far away?
30 feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I had to
Yeah,
move.
he noped out. Me and
I was just like,
Yeah,
nope.
we're the only ones that got up on him, I think.
Okay,
yeah, I
wish
was
he was
within 5
food.
feet because I got the temporary hit points.
his head, Pumpkin, actually turned around and looked down at you as he said, "Prepare to get squashed." And you see from the tiefling sees from the front as he looks like he falls backwards, and from you in the back, it looks like he falls forwards down onto you, turning into just back into a pile. Give me a
Oh.
Dex or Strength saving throw, your choice.
Oh
Which
god,
news is
he's gonna
that?
pile all over the place and stand back up again. He heaps on you.
He swishes the one in the front or the back.
You.
Both.
He just turned
Me?
around.
Me?
Yeah, he just turned around his
okay,
head.
cool.
Okay.
Dex
Oh,
save?
just cat? Oh.
Just cat. Yes.
Oh,
Dex
cool.
or
Those are-
Strength, your choice.
Dex, please. Yep. That's a natural 20. So
Yay! All right, so you only take
Oh, only.
3 bludgeoning damage.
Ew. I'm still at more hit points than I had to begin
Yeah.
with, but
And it comes out of your temporary hit points anyway.
yeah.
As it just piles on you, and as it's recoalescing back into its form, almost as fast as it fell back down. You notice all of the squashes and stuff had these evil faces on them, and they're all like.
You said it was 15, or no, it was 3 damage, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
3, not 15.
Yeah, no.
It's the death.
My brain was going how many hit
Hey,
points
you
I
missed
had
me.
currently. Okay, so now I'm back to my max normal.
You can't help but feel like you smell like a nice fire roasted squash.
Oh yes, no, I definitely smell delicious.
Meanwhile, back in town, his little minions are continue attacking, and the one that's on stage jumps at the mayor.
You're right next to it. Can you get a
You just see Ghost
baseball bat.
slightly go like.
You do get an opportunity attack if you want.
Oh,
You
I'm
know-
gonna take that.
I'm like, are you just letting it kill him? You don't even care about
17?
hitting it?
17 does hit, and it was moving through a threatened square.
Oh,
11
shit.
damage.
Fuck
That's
him up.
max I can do.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Shit.
It does minimal damage to the mayor, but it does hurt him as you destroy it.
It's still. Oh, okay. I'm like, it's still alive?
And he's like, ah! It's like there's a clear bite mark on his arm now. He took
These
one.
are
He
big.
took 1 damage, by the way.
Weenie.
He looks really hurt. I'm not being sarcastic. He looks really hurt.
He's
Oh,
a commoner.
good.
He's
That's
got
right.
like
He's
a
a commoner.
total
He's
of
got like
4
4
hit
hit
points.
I'll
points.
do with you later, Mayor. Gorge yourself real quick and get people to safety.
His
Fuck.
pants are already brown, but he does run away.
Shit, man.
And we cycle back. It's top of the round.
Got the line to you.
Cool. Does he look like he's?
Oh, actually, I did forget something.
Oh no.
Two little smaller versions of pumpkins jump out from the crowd. Wow, someone's really going at it.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
ours.
that's my name is dog.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's like shockingly not ours for once.
And
He
one-
is screaming and sort of growling in his sleep.
One of these, just like a single pumpkin animated, jumps at Phoenix, and the other one jumps at Kiriana, right?
Klara.
Clara? Okay, I am horrible. I apologize.
Like, no idea where you got that from.
Don't have glasses on, and I'm looking at tiny font on the screen.
What happened
Yeah,
to those two
but-
guards that were at the barn?
Oh yeah.
Each of them have one of their own that they're attacking.
Oh okay.
I was trying to give you help.
Yeah.
So, they roll. Oh, 2 on the dice. And a nat 20.
Oh no.
Sorry, the nat 20 was on the monk. Because I said the monk second.
Well, you got more hit points than he does.
Probably.
Hopefully. Oh man! Ouch! You take a whopping 2 damage. No, 4 damage.
A 4?
Yeah, because it was a crit.
Yeah, that's actually an ouch. Okay, that's all my
Yeah.
temporary hit points gone.
It like jumps on you, it's like.
Yeah! Yeah!
Toasty!
Oh god. Oh my god, they're gremlins. That's just what I'm imagining now. They're just like the evil gremlins.
And the one with Phoenix was like, and it like
They've got,
jumped at him and he
made out of
dodged
vines.
it.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, now it's back to the beginning of the round. I forgot to have them do their stuff.
I'm gonna turn around and swipe my like part of my hand on my other one so that my other axe has got my crimson right on it.
Okay.
So now all those temporary hit points are gone. And I'm gonna attack it twice. It has acted though, so I don't get advantage, correct?
Yeah.
So first attack is a 16.
16 does hit.
Sweet. Oh shit, that's awesome. That's 9 slashing damage and 1 lightning.
Okay. You slash, and some of the vines that was using to keep itself together snaps, and it like he starts to fall apart a little bit, but he immediately like goes back together.
Yeah, okay. Second hit, I'm gonna aim for that same spot. Ugh, that's not as good. That's a 12.
That hits.
Oh shit.
You're attacking a barn-sized pumpkin.
That's fair.
Essentially.
Ow, that's shitty damage though. That's 1 slashing damage and 2 lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go around it and try and stand next to Klara, basically keeping this thing from getting to the villagers.
Okay.
She's smacking at the tiny pumpkin like, get off!
You know, it's like I'll say it's like on her leg. Like it's latched onto her leg, and she's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like chewing on her leg.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I think Dronin is up next.
Yeah.
There's a pumpkin that was trying to attack me, I assume?
Yeah, he's within melee. Or it's within melee.
Okay. I wreathe myself in flames. My eyes burn like hot coals. And I look at the pumpkin and I go, big mistake. And I blast him with a firebolt.
Like I said, couldn't have picked better characters for this module.
Let's see.
Don't you
I am
technically have
hoping...
disadvantage? Because it's in melee range.
Yeah. Unless like you use your movement to get away from it. Though if you do, you might get a attack of opportunity.
No, we're not going to provoke. My AC is not mage armor right now. 19 with disadvantage to hit.
You definitely hit.
Yeah.
Okay. He takes 10 fire damage.
Okay. You go,
Holy shit!
and a ray of fire goes out of your fingertips, and it just like... You just smell this delicious squash. You gain 2 temporary HP.
But from the other side of the pumpkin, Glib's like, that's awesome!
By the way, I
Both
am
of us now completely covered in pumpkin gore.
I am on fire, and there's 30 feet around me is considered bright light, and 30 feet from that is considered dim light.
You hear a random villager like, ah, demon, ah!
Yes, giant demon.
And you can, those of you who are close enough to me, also notice that there's some weird glow underneath my headband. You can't quite make it out.
Yeah, this isn't
Just
the
a
weirdest
weird
thing
glow
Glib's
from my
ever-
headband.
She's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
not
okay.
the weirdest thing that's happening right now.
No, definitely not. But
Okay.
it's weird.
Cleric up on the stage, you see, wow, 6 more of these things
Jesus
down
Christ.
below.
I cast Sanctuary,
Good idea.
and that's bonus. So
And you, whoa, whoopsies. You do see the big guy, like just over the rooftop, because you're up on stage. You can actually see him.
well, how far is he now?
Same distance. He actually hasn't moved.
Alright, so Sanctuary, so hopefully the guys won't hit me. And
Yeah, once you make an attack or cast a spell,
Yeah.
though, it's gone.
yeah, so basically start using my movement to walk off stage and start going to gourd again. And I grab a piece of pumpkin pie on my way to him.
I love it.
Okay.
Anything that wants to attack him has to make a wisdom saving throw first.
And I'm trying to avoid getting close to him to add to my protection.
Wisdom saving throw, you say. What is your DC?
13.
Okay, 2 of the 3 that went to attack you failed.
On a failed save, they must choose a new target or lose the attack.
Okay, they attacked some of the villagers then.
They can attack each other. Or...
They're in this area, and you would have to go through these 6 out of the who knows how many more to get to him.
Yeah, you're walking through a crowd like a battlefield.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one that didn't fail its saving throw got
Just start
14
throwing
to hit?
berries into people's mouths.
or no, sorry, 13 to hit.
It's like the carnival game with the clown mouths.
Yeah.
Okay. It jumps at you. Wow! You get out of the way.
It just dies, so.
Okay.
So, yeah. Like I said, grab a piece of pie, and I guess use both my movement and my. Because Sanctuary's bonus,
Mm-hmm.
my move, and then my action. Unless you're saying takes an action to grab pie.
I'm not gonna be a douche.
So I'm 60 closer.
You go to do something fun and thematical. No, I gotta pull rules on you. No fun allowed. Not in D&D. You got some. You can smell this nice roasted squash aroma in the air as you go around the corner.
Nice.
You see the glowing fire of your phoenix friend, and you see the other 2 attacking this large size pumpkin-like creature.
covered in what looks like human gore, but is actually orange. It's just pumpkin gore. Seriously, pumpkin innards are disgusting looking. They look terrible.
Super gross.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
I think it's Klara.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So I've still got a little one on my foot, right?
Yep. It's.
She just like whips around with the staff and goes, eh! Back off! She rolls a 16 on the die plus 5.
You hit what the die roll for sure.
Yay! 3 plus 3 is 6 points of damage.
He's dead.
He's dead? Alright, and I'm gonna whip around and try and punch the big one.
It seems really weak to bludgeoning.
Good to know.
Damn it. I have literally none of that.
That's a 16 for my unarmed strike plus 5.
Oh yeah, you hit.
Cool. That's 4 points of damage.
Goes
Ew.
just a clean hole straight through one of the gourds that make up Gourdkin.
Ugh, that's gross. I'm staying put and right in front of him.
Okay. I'll roll the little guys first. So the 6 of them start run after. Actually,
Yeah, would they now just focus on villagers now that he's out of their range?
the one that made it save, I say will pursue you. Makes sense. 20.
I am 60 feet away from it.
Well, yeah,
Because I
but they
moved
kept
and moved.
going, and so it depends on
It
how
was
far.
as part of your move as you were going through. That was opportunity attacks that they were doing, and your sanctuary staved off most of their.
So it depends on whether the
reactions.
guy that made a save was at the beginning of your movement or at the end. Because if you passed him at the end of your movement, he'd be, 10 feet away from you, maybe?
These 6 are ones you had to move through on your turn to get past the crowd and stuff. So it was during either your move or your dash when they attacked as reactions because you were going through threatened squares. It was inevitable, but this was like the amount of them that were able to attack you at the moment that weren't already attacking something else. So this one does a whopping 2 piercing damage.
So 4, or he rolled 1?
It rolled a dirty 20 to hit,
Oh, dirty 20, okay. I thought it was a natural 20.
and the damage was 2 piercing.
Nice. The one on Klara is dead. The one on Dronin is dead.
I think you might have to do sanctuary every round.
Until you attack.
Yeah, have an attack.
Actually, yeah,
It's
so
still,
you should have
it's
disadvantage.
still the same turn,
Well-
though. It already rolled for
Any
this turn.
creature who targets the warded creature with an attack, armor, or spell must first make a wisdom save.
Every attack?
One time.
Every attack? So if it had 6 attacks, it would have to roll 6 times?
I think so, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Alright.
Okay.
It got a nat 1, so.
Cool.
It attacks,
Oh, raise that damage.
it attacks the mayor.
Okay.
Ah!
Told you. Board yourself.
Dickhead.
So that's the. I think you guys wiped out the little ones that were attacking you pretty easily. Gourdkin, his arm, you see like one of the bigger ones move through his body, and it goes to like where his hand would be, and he says, "Gourd out of here!" as he throws this large
God.
pumpkin at the cleric.
He has disadvantage. Because of Sanctuary.
Just have him roll to see what he's gonna eat. Try it.
Oh, yeah, no, it would be a wisdom save, sorry.
Yeah, he made the wisdom save, and
Oh, okay. So then he just does it, I think.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So you take a whopping 3 bludgeoning damage.
I mean, that does hurt. Like, I have 12 hit points max.
I dream of having 12.
Same.
And that's his turn. And the guards are they go to fight these the little ones, and they look like they're just about ready to finish off the ones that they're on right now when some more show up. You notice there's gore on them, on their mouth.
Yeah.
Like they just got done eating something.
The guards or the pumpkins?
The pumpkins.
I really hope though when we leave this place we see that one random goat just eating a pumpkin monster.
Oh no! Wait a second. Wait a
The guard
second.
is our true savior.
Oh no! All right,
Oh,
you
no,
guys,
the goat's
you guys
dead.
hear?
Oh
And you
no!
see
Goat.
and you see behind you the goat laying on the ground dead, and there's one of them eating it.
Now they have to die. They killed a random goat.
Revive him, Clary!
True resurrection, nothing
I don't
less.
think he's got high enough spell for that.
He becomes a hobgoblin.
Farther.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it twice. Fuck. So, that's a 17 on my first hit, and my second hit is a 7.
Okay, the first one hit.
Cool. So that is 6 slashing damage and 1 thunder. Or
Okay.
lightning, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue cutting away at the multiple gourds that make up gourd.
I'm gonna try and, like, back up some, and I'm trying to, like, lure it away from, the crowd.
I don't think it's moved towards the crowd.
He hasn't moved at
Was
all,
trying
actually.
to, but, like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, I guess we'll just keep him here, then.
Because we're kind of wolf acting. We're all
Yeah.
surrounding him, and he's like...
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so. Uh-oh, where did Phoenix go?
Enoch! We need it to be lit, fam! Bless
Gesundheit.
you.
Did you attack? Wait.
I did! Yeah. I
don't
did, like,
remember.
6 damage. And 1 lightning.
Yep.
Ow.
Alright, Phoenix. You got very now burnt pumpkin innards all over you. Because you're on fire, so.
Burnt stuff. My favorite.
Currently, none of the little ones on you. They're attacking villagers and guards and stuff. And within.
Do the villagers and guards look like they have it?
It's like an even fight, I guess.
The guards, maybe. The villagers are probably getting slaughtered.
Yeah, the villagers are pulling like you've watched Fist of the North Star. They're like borderline suicidal. Right. They just run out in the open, running away.
If I see a visible pumpkin monster, I'm gonna shoot it, I guess.
Okay, I'm gonna read you something fun. Due to the sheer number of these, you could easily grab and smash one running by that's chasing the helpless townsfolk. Whenever you wish, you can roll an attack roll, and if you make it, you pull it away from the villager it's attacking.
Does it just automatically die, or do I have to kill it?
You still have to kill it, but you get it off of a villager.
Well, that's a huge problem since I'd have to hit a cantrip with it.
Yeah, or you could just, like, actually
Also,
attackfully kill it.
Kill the big one!
Also, Mr. Phoenix, give me an Arcana check. This is something you would probably know.
Ooh, I rolled a 20. 23.
The liquor at the festival is highly flammable.
Okay.
You see a keg. You see a keg right over there, and there's just coincidentally no villagers, just a bunch of these little ones just standing there dithering.
I like watching. I know what I'm gonna do.
I'm just imagining that in-character giggle. You're on fire,
I am,
surrounded
yes.
by dead
Oh, I am.
and you're just giggling in a Russian accent.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this in character then. I see the ale over there, and I'm like, firebolt on the keg.
Roll to hit.
Haha, yes. Sweet vindication. 18.
Okay. It's just like a slow motion action movie scene as he just shoots it and the fire goes and just and you see her just like just these pumpkins go flying through the sky, like literally like over buildings and stuff, and like they land on the ground. It's like raining them everywhere. I'm just gonna say everybody gains 2 temporary HP because they died from fire damage, and it was way more than what was needed for that. And he literally exploded them everywhere. So.
That you did.
Do you do anything else in your turn?
I'm gonna move, I guess, so that if the big guy does try to go towards the town square, I'll be kind of near where he's moving.
Glib's just kind of like laughing, manically covered
But
in
I'm far enough.
and like, you guys are so cool.
I mean, he's pretty cool. I don't know about the rest of it.
I'm still partially chuckling, and I'm like, that was fun.
I will say straight up, you could use a cup of liquor as an equivalent to an alchemist fire.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's lovely.
However, the flames don't last as long as a normal alchemist fire.
Yeah.
So, okay, it doesn't keep burning.
It doesn't need to. If it's flammable, I can automatically light it on fire.
You do see that spot you hit is on fire currently. Like, there's just a spot in the middle of the square that's on fire.
If only control flames were a spell.
It is. It's a cantrip that you probably didn't take.
It's not a cantrip anymore.
No,
Not even a spell.
It is. It's an elemental.
Not in the books I saw. I would have taken it.
You can say you have it. I don't care. It just means you can control fire within like 15 feet or something. Okay, you can move like a light from a torch to another torch and stuff like that.
I'll do it later.
You can make cool shapes
Definitely
in a fire.
something. Yeah, it's definitely something I would have had. I didn't see it in the books I had, so I would have taken it. Oh, yeah, that's why I didn't see it. I don't have that book.
So
I didn't see it in Xanathar's.
It should be in there. Create bonfires in there too. That would be a pretty good one for you.
Oh, yeah, that definitely.
That's a D8 fire, by the way.
But I think it's Gostugg's turn.
Yes, it is.
So they were how far away initially? You said 140?
You're now like 60 feet away from Gordkin as an explosion goes off behind you as you saw your Phoenix friend shoot a ray of fire past you.
Somewhat cool of just me walking with the explosion behind.
Coincidentally, the one that was
You guys don't look at explosions.
the one that was attacking you, like you just got that rule of cool going, and it like went to attack you, and like the shrapnel of the explosion like hits it and destroys it.
Blake, both control flames and create bonfire are page 152 of Xanathar's guide.
Thank you.
So I move 30 feet closer
Okay, now you're within 30 feet.
and cast Bless on my allies.
Oh, yay!
Yay! How's that work?
You get extra 1d4.
I think you can only hit 3 of us, though, so do you want to hit yourself and...
my
or...
3 allies.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yay.
You get a roll 1d4 with your attack roll or save.
And 6.
Wait.
And as I'm doing that, I slowly start eating pumpkin pie.
We have a blessing of pie. The greatest blessing of all. I'm just looking at Bliss because I never remember.
Your
his name.
power move.
Yeah.
Just showing you're casually eating is,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes, it
I think
is.
so.
All right. Do I see any weak spots on this thing? Like, is it animated by like a core in the middle, or does the head have anything in it that's not gourds, or is it just like massive gourds?
I would say that's an insight check.
Would that be my action?
No,
Okay.
it's supposed to be, but
19.
I'm not going to have it as an action. 19.
Actually, a 21.
21. He looks like he can use the vines as weapons, and there's no real core to him.
Okay.
But the vines
I'm
do
just
seem to
gonna
be
do-
holding him together. But as you saw earlier, when your blood hunter friend sliced through the vines, he immediately like reattached himself.
Okay. gonna hit him, I guess.
You notice he has a really big mouth, too.
Ew, gross.
In more ways than one.
I don't even know if I can hit that
Well,
far.
when I say
think
more
it's
ways
just
than... When I say more ways than one, he's been saying, like, gourd puns this whole time. So.
Yeah, also that. That's fair enough.
Remember to add your D4.
Oh, thank you, God. I mean, Shantae. 16.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay, cool. 6 points of damage on the first one, and then I'm gonna reel back with my unarmed strike. 14 plus 5, 19.
Nice. That was quarterstaff and then unarmed, right?
And then unarmed damage is 5 points.
Okay.
Damn.
You're goring the heck out of this gourd.
Guard yourself! That's my turn. I'm staying there.
Okay. He goes, I can't think of any gourd puns off the top of my head. I'm gonna smash you into a pulp, I guess, or something. As he,
Whoa,
or not.
You're running into ones.
He, the vines move from him towards, Glib? Why can I not read that? Like, it's just like, I see a G, and then I see like 2 vertical lines, and then a B,
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
sure.
the kerning the kerning on this character sheet is terrible.
Okay, but he attempts a vine attack.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
11?
That misses.
Okay, I'll say it's almost like a jump rope where he like sweeped low and he like jumped over top of it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, that's his turn, and these creatures continue attacking other people, since you guys really took care of the ones that were on you.
Yay!
Back to the top.
Yep. He looks very pulpy.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, God.
I should have probably worked that into a joke, but I just said it.
Say one again, I dare you.
That's what happens when I'm tired. My brain's just like, I don't know. Funny words. There you go. I did it.
So we saw that explosion. Did we realize what it was that
You basically...
Dronin hit?
Yeah.
Okay. And it seems like these guys are really hurt by fire. So I'm gonna reach into my bag and pull out the flask of oil that I have, and I'm just gonna uncork it with my teeth and we'll just throw it up to this thing and just cover as much of it as I can.
Okay.
Because I'm within 5 feet of it.
You notice your monk friend was being pretty... Her attacks were pretty effective as well.
Yeah. I
just
don't have a
hit it.
bludgeoning weapon, and if I did, it would be worse. So, yeah.
Roll to hit. Improv weapon throw.
Well, I was just splashing, and I think if you do a splash weapon, you don't have to actually roll to hit. You just have to be within 5 feet. Because that's the danger of them. It's like, if you want to be away from it, then...
Okay. He was not able to move out of his range. I'm gonna
Okay.
roll it like Alchemist Fire, where you don't roll to hit with Alchemist Fire. It's like a dex save, or...
Yeah.
But yeah, he's covered it.
Cool. And,
Some of it sits in some of the spots that's caved in, as you see like a very fist-shaped mark.
yeah, so I do that, and then I turn to Glib and I say, I turn to Dronin and I say, I think this one needs to be well done. And I'm gonna back away.
Nice!
You don't need to tell me twice.
Clara
I
like
turn around.
smacks you on the ass congratulatorily.
I move towards him so that he's within the range of my last burning hands.
And so that I'm not, please?
And I just, I can, it's a cone, I can just aim it above you.
Oh, that's true. I do have resistance
he's
to
tall
fire
enough.
damage, but...
He's tall enough, I can cone above you and still hit the oil.
Yeah.
And I just go, I prefer mine blackened and burning hands.
Nice.
He gets a deck save.
Okay. You failed.
Awesome.
He rolled a 3.
By the
so
way,
you
I'm
failed.
doing extra damage because I'm on fire while doing this.
Nice.
Actually, roll me an extra 2d4 on top of that.
Woo!
Happily.
This is definitely Azra's dream.
Does that count as the same or a separate instance of fire damage?
It's all fire damage. This is the oil.
Ah.
That 2d4 is the oil.
Alright. I just had to clarify. He takes 15 fire damage. And if he's flammable, he's on fire.
He is engulfed in flames as he seems to explode into fire. Almost the equivalent of like a hillbilly just getting lighter fluid and putting it into a fire levels of like. He's like,
Klara starts clapping.
and he just falls apart.
I turn around. How do all the other little pumpkins react?
As he falls apart, the gourds that he's made of rot and just shrivel up, and you notice all of the gourds, and then the pie you're eating shrivels up and rottens.
No.
Ew, that's nasty.
Wrong character.
Don't try and pie this. I swear to God. I'll kill you.
Alright, since I didn't use one of my cantrips and you said it was cool to ad hoc it, I got rid of something that I haven't used yet, and it will remain unnamed because I never used it, and I put control flames there instead. So I use control flames to make sure the buildings don't catch fire.
Okay, some of the buildings were starting to catch on fire. A lot of these gourds are still on fire. From one, your explosion, and two, the pile that was Gourdkin.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about the gourds on fire. I really don't want the buildings to burn, so I'm going to put out all the fires that hit the buildings.
Okay, you guys notice
English whiteboard cubes.
villagers start to come out of hiding.
If there are any that have fallen, I'm gonna go around to them and see if I can stabilize anyone.
I
Okay.
go around, spare the dying.
Oh yeah, that's much better than what
Okay,
I can do.
you spare the dying, and as you guys are running around, like, trying to save people and stuff, you see the mayor, and he looks really hurt, but he's, like, down at a villager, and he's, like, holding them up, and they are definitely out, like, at 0.
Spare the dying.
You spare the dying, and he looks up at you, and you see he's crying. He's got a clear bite mark on his face. And he's like, I'm so sorry.
Just woke up. Who the fuck did you make a deal with?
He seems he's in a mess right now.
Yeah.
As he just like
It'd be
is
sorry.
leaning over top of this unconscious person, crying.
He's not going to talk to you, he's in shock. You'll have to wait till he's not in shock to get answers out of him. I say kind of nonchalantly as I'm putting flames out.
Like you're in the background, like you're just walking in the background, just going random directions, and you're like your hands like going like this, and it's like putting out random, really small fires on like corners of buildings.
You notice I have a very somber look on my face as I'm putting the fire out.
You
As if
can't.
I don't really want the
Can't you
fire
move
to
it?
go out.
You can move it from the buildings to the piles of burning squash.
Yeah, when I'm able to do that, I do. But when I have to put it out, you notice I have a sad look on my face.
Are you still on fire, by the way?
It lasts for a total of 1 minute. So a little bit after the combat goes off, it fizzles away.
Yeah, you're out of initiative now for sure.
My eyes no longer look like burning coals, and they go back to just
Our temporary hit
yellow
points go away.
eyes.
Aww. I will miss you.
Goodbye.
Our temporary
Goodbye.
pumpkin points go
2
away.
hit points. Come back.
Thank goodness this wasn't the positive energy plane. I would have exploded.
I start trying to get everyone to bring the wounded that they can closer to the shrine, so it's easier to
Yeah.
triage
I'll
everyone.
start helping people carry.
Clara's just hucking bodies of old gourds into a pile so that they can light them all on fire.
Yeah, like every now and then, if Glib isn't carrying somebody, she'll just punt a a pumpkin into the pile of burning ones.
You know how pumpkins look like in December and they're somehow not frozen? That's what these look
yeah.
like right now. They are black and rotten and shrink. You know, like you don't want to kick it. You might slip.
No, she doesn't care. Glib would still kick it. She doesn't give a shit.
Okay, you kick the ooze that was once a gourd.
Yeah, it just scatters. It's like it was pumpkin shaped. Now it's a smear on the dirt.
It's really gross, and there's still a lot of it on you.
Klara just looks down at her outfit and she's like, "Why was I wearing white?"
Yeah, she looks down at like this tattered ass moth-eaten clothes that looks like in the curtains of a haunted house. She does not care.
You see in Clara's like horn, and Clara's like horn ribbon pattern fashion she's got going. Like it's almost like a Christmas tree, as like the pulps like was like hanging off.
Yeah,
of
you've
her
got like
horns and
pulp
stuff.
garland hanging off of you. Probably.
Yeah, there's like a bit of gold like rammed on the end.
Just like big one chunk of pumpkin, like actually pierced on the tip of one
Because
horn.
because you're
This is
resistant
fine.
because you're resistant to fire and everyone's so close to this, it's still on fire. That chunk that's on your horn. It's like the size of like a candle.
Fine. Yep, she's the dog in the office. This is fine.
Dog in the burning office building. It's fine.
I
It's fine.
I assume you guys stay for probably another day or something, getting everything, trying to help. You notice,
And asking the mayor what the fuck.
yeah.
That happens a lot. Just every time Klara walks past, she's like, dude.
Yeah, once we're done
He-
and she's not needed anymore, Glib's just gonna keep an eye on this guy and follow him around, make sure he doesn't like
He-
try to
Yeah.
shoot him.
He admits to what you pretty much already concluded. He made a pact with this being called Gourdkin for their harvest to be good. And he said the only promise that he had to do from after he got the seeds from Gourdkin was to thank him at Highharvestide. He didn't know that even if you guys like nat 20 your insights, he didn't know that this was going to happen. This was a man of desperation.
No, you don't make deals with shit like that. It never
Even I
ends.
know that. That was mighty stupid of you.
I just had a thought. I
What?
know the goat didn't make it. But please tell me the cat hid.
Oh
Cat's just over top of
It's just like pissing on a pumpkin.
Give me,
He keeps trying to bury it. He keeps trying to scoop dirt onto the rotten pumpkin.
I mean, if it were a real cat, it would be hiding under somebody's foundation. Like, the
That's
moment you started yelling, it's just like, nope.
give me perception checks as you guys look for the cat.
no! Oh, Gideon!
Oh shit, that's really good.
That's pretty good.
18.
19. Ooh!
You're like, Gideon! Gideon! And you guys are like searching through the night. You can't find him.
Kitty.
You're not sure where he went. And like right as you guys are giving up hope, and you just barely are able to just say like, Gideon, you hear above you. And you look up and he's just on the roof and he's looking down at you.
I'm just gonna read the crap.
Baby!
No, he's like up on the roof of like this building.
I climb onto the roof.
I'm like, I will give her a boost up. It's like, yeah.
Okay, you get up there. He just casually is like walking on the roof towards you. His tail's up.
Buddy! Oh, she just like scoops him up like way too aggressively for a cat. She's just like.
You got the sticky gourd stuff all over you, and he's just like he looks uncomfortable, but he also goes to like lick your fingers and stuff.
Aw.
Well, it's
Yay!
nasty. It tastes good, but it's nasty. Don't touch me, please.
I somersault off the roof and we both land on our feet.
You notice the cat is like super puffed after that happens. You don't take damage, but you feel his claws in you.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, oh, that's not even
left, kiddo. 8 more left.
When you do put him down, it's almost like you had glue on your hands, as there's just clear fur like all over any part of you that made physical contact with the cat.
Nice.
I think we need to visit the water closet.
Possibly. I would think more like a river at this point. You just have
I mean,
Duncan.
anything with detergent and soap and.
Well,
I mean, running water should do it.
Also that. I'm freaking out, you guys. I haven't been this dirty before in a while.
How the two of us look together. Me in my like dark ratty ass leather and this moth-eaten cloak, and you're in like beautiful spick and span, white flowy ribbony stuff.
Not spick and span anymore.
Like the only thing on Glib that's colorful is like her smile, which she has been doing the entire time since that thing we started fighting that thing, and the little ribbon.
Okay. So, you notice as you're helping out the town and you're getting people into the shrine and stuff, the townspeople seem to approach the faith in the goddess with renewed vigor. As you stay around town and help them out with winter.
I should think so.
How long do you guys stay here? Do you guys stay here for like another year or something? I don't know. Because there's a
Clara's
conclusion.
gonna
There's a conclusion here that like goes into later stuff.
Gostugg would probably stay until a more experienced priest or druid would pop up.
Clara's got itchy feet. She leaves after like a week or so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the same with Glib. She doesn't feel comfortable sticking around too long.
There's not.
She mentioned to some of the folks in town, but like, you guys should really go talk to Millie and apologize to her. She was the only one that knew actually what was going on in this town.
See, I told you.
All right, Millie. No need to be boasting.
Put the mayor's hat on her. Smartest one.
Mayor Millie. You're Millie now, Scott.
Well,
Wait a minute.
see you. I'm now a middle-aged widow.
Where did the mayor find this shit?
Candlekeep.
Next to Candlekeep.
How
Like-
the hey? Was there something that evil next to a place with all those fancy wizards and crap?
He found
Yeah.
he found the pact to summon Gorkin from Candlekeep, but he's not a wizard.
Oh, okay. So they straight up had a book in there telling you how to summon this beastie.
He's the equivalent of like a farm boy being like, "Oh wow, Necronomicon, I could live forever. This is cool."
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
real stupid.
So we will,
Poor man.
and we will conclude this module, Smashing Pumpkins by Potion Pop Raz.
Yay! That was so much
Yay.
fun.
It was
That
so much
was
fun.
Oh, I forgot to mention, since the clerics stayed, they do barely survive the winter, and for the next few years, now that their faith in the goddess is renewed, especially with you being there, the grounds in the fields become fertile once more, and harvest goes back to normal levels for the next upcoming years with you there.
And the town is -1 cat.
Yep.
Yes. Also,
Thinking that our group made a pretty decent team, Dronin keeps close contacts with both Glib and Klara.
I'm
That's
alright.
actually what I was thinking. Glib's happy to have friends. She hasn't had them
the
ever.
Yeah, Klara will go. Clara's sticking with you.
the,
You
ma-
leave. Come to leave at the same time.
the mayor explains to you how the ritual worked and stuff. There are some minor details in there for spellcasters. If you wanted to, find familiar, for example, you possibly could have a gourdling as a familiar if you wish.
Oh my god.
A little
That's
Pac-Man
awesome.
pumpkin. A little Pac-Man pumpkin running around.
It's a jack-o'-lantern that actually bites you.
The only material component you need is any kind of squash, up to small size,
Nice.
and if you animate it, it doesn't rot or anything, because you're familiar.
That's wicked.
Unless one of them takes it, Gostugg is going to make sure that book doesn't pop up again.
Oh, the mayor himself actually burns it.
No, you eat it.
I was about to say, he actually probably would, cry and actually eat it. Because
Just
he's
crying and
you
eating
can tell,
burnt ashes.
he's, doing even more than ever trying to keep this village going.
I feel bad.
There's like a super guilt
just-
trip from him. You can genuinely
I'm
tell
sorry your wife's dead.
he's just stupid, and he was trying to do it for the best of the village.
No.
He's just stupid.
It would take about 2 years before Gostugg stops ribbing him about it.
Oh, that's fair. I think he's earned it.
You know,
Yeah,
once the
probably.
harvest starts going, and I see he's doing good, I'll start. But for those first few sermons, when people come to the shrine, remember, folks, do not make deals with sentient plants.
They do not rebuild the barn either. And after this, after you being here long enough and getting the notes and stuff, this was definitely a fiend. You're not sure from what lower plane Gordon
damn it.
came from.
I had holy water,
Dang it!
Ah,
But
but I wrote shitty on my Arcana check, so I didn't know.
this was not actually Gordkin. He possessed the vegetables.
Oh.
So essentially,
okay.
it was an avatar.
Actually, miss.
I figured it was like some kind of fey plant monster thing, which like makes sense for Glib because
I was gonna go
That
with
sort
some
of
kind of
thing,
weird plant
but-
monster. Maybe it's some kind of demonic plant thing or whatever, but
He
I wasn't 100% sure.
He might be from this town in the Grey Wastes called Halloween Town or something. Who knows?
Okay.
I don't know. I just made that up at the very end. But all right.
Got it.
So, this module serving the squash by Poison Pot Press at this airing is available for free on the DM skill.
Yay!
However, you can pay what you want, and as I said at the beginning, any money that goes into this module goes to the Extra Life Foundation, which helps kids
Good
in
calls,
hospitals.
people.
So, I mean,
Every little bit helps.
yeah. So please, even if it's just $1, that's plenty.
They've earned it with this module, you guys. Holy shit.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah,
was a lot of
this
fun.
was good.
I mean, you guys get. Okay, so he's Gourdkin. Those little things are called gourdlings. You guys get your a gourdling familiar option if you get this module. You know? I mean,
Oh
come on.
yeah, that's pretty cool. That is nifty.
If it takes fire
That's
damage,
fun.
you get temporary HP. I mean, how much cooler is that?
Oh
When you fight
yeah,
this guy-
it feels better if your little familiar dies. That's terrible.
Eh,
Like you gain temporary hit points and also PTSD.
Can you imagine sending your like Gourdling familiar on like a stealth mission? That's just a pumpkin. Like, I'm a pumpkin. I'm a pumpkin.
Don't look at me, I'm a pumpkin. Just turns
It's the
around.
equivalent
so
of
it's
like running under a box, but he's a pumpkin.
Yeah, right. That guard's like, did that pumpkin just move? Maybe I had too much to drink.
Before
Pumpkin's
we
just like
go, since I know some of us had
behind him.
non-standard classes, do we want to say what our characters actually were?
Yeah, sure. Go right ahead.
So my character was a changeling blood hunter and had the haunted one background from Curse of Strahd. And the changeling is from Eberron, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Minor thing about her backstory that was cool, didn't come up. She was raised by hags and
That's
left.
just rude. They're just old ladies.
No, they
It
were.
It
they
kind
were-
of did come up. You bit the head off that witch.
I did, yeah,
biscuit.
yeah.
I saw
She
that.
was,
I saw that.
yeah. So because it's fun, I don't know if I'll ever see Glib again. Yeah, she ran away because when she turned 18, they decided they didn't actually want to invite her into the coven and tried to eat her.
Aww, baby.
When
So
you
she's happy to have friends now.
would, if you became part of the coven, it would be because they ate you.
Well, yeah.
It's
She's
a
not
fun-
100% sure why they decided not to do it. She's just like, oh, cool, they were gonna kill me. I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah, just a fun.
It's
Hey,
also the reason she doesn't want to stick around because she's under the impression that they could easily find her if she sticks around too long.
fun hag fact. In order for them to make daughters, they eat children, and then after they eat the child, they give birth to a hag.
Yeah, it's super gross.
They don't describe it, thankfully, but that's essentially what happens.
Poop it out.
Klara's pretty boring class-wise. A tiefling monk. She'll go wear shadow if she ever gets to level 3. And her background is that she was a noble kiddo. She was had a relatively privileged childhood, but she ran away to join the circus because she was a little shit and she was bored and didn't want to read. And her mom made her read, and it was the worst. But yeah, all she did in the circus was cause trouble, so they made her leave as well.
No.
Well, they didn't make her leave. They didn't make her leave, but she got the picture.
Oh, we're a little group of misfits.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Dronin will have a whole lot more in common with Kat's character. Probably has a little bit in common with how Maddie's character sees things now. But he wasn't always known as Dronin Phoenix. He was formerly known as Valinar the Gavel of Sin, or Dispater, either way you wanted to look at it. He was a judge in Thay that sentenced people to be damned to hell, and was sent to hell himself. And right before he was damned for all eternity, asked for forgiveness, and a celestial phoenix granted him the forgiveness he asked for, but didn't quite bring him all the way back to Celestia. Kind of dropped him off on Faerun and said, yeah, we're still not completely sure we can trust you, so you get this far. And so now he does everything he possibly can to help people and do good things. Underneath the headband on his forehead is the symbol of Dispater carved into his head, and it glows when he gets angry or when he catches himself on fire.
I have something to point out. Klara is a variant tiefling from Modern Kyans. Do you want to know what her thing is called? Legacy of Displater.
Inadvertent choice.
I like how we accidentally all made the best possible characters for this.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I've said it 3 times already, but I'll say it a 4th time. You made the best characters you could have for this module.
Yeah, man. That was awesome.
Dronin was a Phoenix sorcerer. Dronin was a Phoenix sorcerer. I had folk hero background, which did get brought up. But I also had the bond of I protect those who cannot protect themselves. I have a vice for hard alcohol. And the quirk that I picked for Phoenix sorcerer was I prefer my food charred.
See, this is so perfect. Perfect charge.
Reminder, the Phoenix one, is that Unearthed Arcana, or was that one of the ones that was...
That was one of the classes from Unearthed Arcana as a variant to Sorcerer.
Okay, cool.
The other unique ability I can get, other than wreath myself in flames, is any flammable object I touch can catch fire if I wanted to.
Nice.
Oh, the Hellbred class will be available on my Patreon.
Race. Race.
Yes. It is a race from 3.5. Well, it was a creature with a template for race, but I converted it to 5th edition. And there are 2 sub-races. Which one did you pick? The body or the soul? The one with dark vision?
I picked the one that gave resistances.
Okay, you picked the body one then.
Yeah.
It
fit his personality.
So your body is made from hell essence.
Nice.
Cool.
The other sub-race is your soul is made of hell essence.
What about our happy-go-lucky, sad background cleric?
Yeah.
What's that background? Gostugg was a cleric of life, acolyte, basically one child of a large farming family, decided to go into the priesthood to help the family out financially. Got trained, and basically came here because it's like, hey, they got a pretty good harvest going on. I'm gonna go and celebrate with them. Got to town and it's like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Inadvertently became the high priest of the town, which he is not prepared for.
A level 1. How old is your character?
Not at first
16.
level.
Oh my god, you're 16!
Oh, baby boy!
Your faith in Shanti.
You're a party of children. I just want to
Yeah.
point that out.
Yeah, my
I'm
character...
19. You're 18.
I'm 18. My character literally turned 18 because they decided on her 18th birthday they were gonna
I am literally like the father figure of the group. My character is 28.
Blame dad.
Well-
Blame dad.
Well, his current body is 28 years old.
Yes,
Oh, that's what
my
he looks
former body was quite old.
So
But been around a bit longer than that.
So now Gostugg is the priest of the town, waiting for someone better and more experienced to take over.
Hey, you might be a.
That's me and Glib's next priest line. We'll go and find a different priest that's better.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So
maybe
next, next one shot, we'll have you replaced with the other priest, and you can come along. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe for the next year's Halloween themed module, you might be an NPC. Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Depending.
That'd be awesome.
30 now.
No, I like to think you're still
30 is
16, and you're like, please just take this job, please.
I don't know if I want this.
They look, I'm like, wow, you look like you're 30. I'm 16. I wasn't prepared for this job. I still have schooling to do.
He has like cigarettes, and they're like all burnt out. He's like got one in his mouth.
The one rule thing is that you have Goodberry and Shillelagh, and I think
I
it's
took
also
I'm human, so I took the magic initiative, druid feat.
get a handful of because Cleric of Life plus Goodberry is hella awesome.
10 berries.
Oh, yeah.
Each one heals 4 hit points.
Heck yeah.
I was actually, if the battle kept going, I was going to go around handing you good berries so that you could eat them and heal.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so as we end this, I have to say my favorite part of this whole module was the fact that you could heal temporary HP by doing enough fire damage that the aroma gave you.
Wonderful.
So
It was actually
That was so
genuinely,
unique.
as a design thing, that was amazing. Because my huge fear with first level adventures like this is because it's so easy to one shot someone.
Right.
Having that
Right.
built into the encounter was ingenious.
So-
I gotta say that
so
was
smart.
Definitely.
So smart.
So much better.
Yes, and on that note, we'll call it a night. Anyone who celebrates it, happy Halloween.
Yeah, have fun. Eat lots of candy and pastries and cookies.
Have a lot of treats and no tricks.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in the next one shot.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.